And we are live, baby. I mean, we've been live this whole time, but I mean, we finally getting this thing started, man, getting this podcast. Welcome in everybody to episode 117. The Halo episode, man. The Halo episode, man. This is the Halo episode, bro. 117 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, BLAZEDxENFERNO. We are live right now at twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO and twitch.tv/Eknight117, man. So make sure, well, if you're listening to this on, YouTube and all that shit, it's too late for you, bro. It's too late. It's too late.
No, we're actually still alive.
Well, we're live, but by the time it comes out on those platforms, it's yeah, I mean,
we'll still be alive.
You're listening to this in the past, man. So yeah, I mean, yeah. But welcome in everybody. From the chat, shout out my boy Ninja Wolf. I see you, Po Nut. See you. Yeah, I mean, everybody, I see y'all, man. What's good? We got a great episode here for y'all, man. It's been like a month and some change since it was early February, so about a month, 2 months since the last podcast, 116, which was a great episode, phenomenal episode. I'm gonna start this podcast up with the shout outs. Of course, we got two people from my stream that requested a podcast shout out. Those two are my boy Black Iron Gem, shout out Black Iron Gem, and Goob Games 4. Shout out to y'all too, man. Y'all will be forever cemented in this episode, man. You already know what it is, man. But damn, Eknight, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute since we got to get a lot better with these podcasts, man. We're gonna do that in the future, though, chat. I know I keep saying that, but going forward, we're gonna be more consistent with the podcast. I think episode 118, I'm gonna finally hit y'all. It's been like 5 months since we had a music podcast, so it's been a while, bro. So next episode is gonna be that, and then I think episode 119 and 120 are gonna be. I can't speak on them yet, but I mean, one of them's a gaming podcast. One of them is a special, man. But it's been a long time, man. How you feel, man?
Yeah.
How you feel, man?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
That's
good,
man. It's
good. Been at least a month, I think.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, since the last podcast came out, we've had some crazy games come out, man. We've had some good games come out, man. Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about all of them, man, because the last podcast, I forget, we were basically talking about, like, games that came out, like, beginning of the year, end of last year. I think it was, like, Metroid and some shit. This is the podcast that y'all been probably waiting for. This is the Resident Evil episode, the marathon episode, and, of course, the game that I feel like everybody's talking about, which you could say probably the same thing for Marathon, but for different reasons. You know what I mean? Probably the same reasons, too, as Crimson Desert, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we're going to start it off there. We're going to start it off with the first one, man, the easiest one to talk about. The podcast I'm waiting for is only released on OF for you. Ooh, shit. Damn. Okay. I might have to make that happen.
Wait, we're on OF now?
We'll make it happen, man, one of these days. You say not.
That's a wise decision, bro.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Let's get into the easiest review to do of this podcast, man, is the Resident Evil Requiem on February 27th, 2026. Capcom released onto the world. Resident Evil Requiem, which is effectively Resident Evil 9, if you want to, label it that way. Bro, y'all already know I'm about that. I could glaze this shit for probably like 20, 30 minutes. I got a whole playthrough up on my YouTube channel at, youtube.com/BLAZExENFERNO if you want to check that out, man. I was glazing it literally the whole time I played it, the whole 8 hours I was playing that game. It's a phenomenal game. It is a love letter to Resident Evil fans if you are just a longtime fan like myself, because this was essentially the 30th anniversary game. There were so many times throughout the entire playthrough I was just like, that's that, and that's this, and wow, look at that, and wow, look at this. And I brought that up when I was playing the game, is like, because I know somebody was gonna be like, yo, you're glazing this game for doing things that you hate other games for doing. And what I'm talking about is nostalgia. I mean, a lot of these games nowadays just use weird nostalgia and stuff like that. Like, oh, remember this map from this Call of Duty game from like 5 years ago? It's not this. It's not the same with this game,
Halo
bro.
is notorious for that shit.
It's not the same in this game, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not the same, because a lot of these things are things that we're now seeing for the first time in probably 30 years, 25 years, 27 years. So it's like, it is literally like a love letter. Like it's like, hey, remember this? And remember all the detail we put into this? Well, look at it now and look at this now. Look at, it's just, there's so many things that they did, like little callbacks, Easter eggs. Like, this isn't a spoiler, you know what I mean, at all. Because I think everybody knows, if you own the physical copy like myself, you know that you go back to Raccoon City Police Department. And when you get there, bro, it is just a full-on just nostalgia trip, bro. It is just a trip down memory lane, walking down the hallways that if you played the 2019 Resident Evil 2 remake, you're very familiar with those hallways and the build and the layout of RPD building. But it's like now just seeing it like literally 30 years later, because it's 30 years in that game's time that Resident Evil Requiem takes place in, and it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was a great experience. Some great boss fights, although some of them were easy. I know a lot of people complain about the difficulty of the game, saying the game is too easy at certain points. I thought the game was like moderate. Like it was more harder as Grace, obviously, and it was more easier as Leon, obviously. But I feel like that's like the point. Like Leon is supposed to be.
I had a question though.
What's up?
Like that, I don't really try to look at games that I want to play in the future.
Right.
But I did notice that there's gameplay that's both first person and third person. Is that like optional?
That's optional. That's 100% optional. Like, it recommends you that you should play Grace in first person and Leon in third person. But you could very well just play Grace in third person and Leon in first person, or vice versa. I think for me, I did both of them in third person, because I've said this before, that I'm not really a fan of Resident Evil in first person. It's just one of those things where I just feel like it's not a first person game. I mean, it's always been like kind of like this third person, either behind the shoulder or like this fixed camera angle like game. So it's like first person was kind of like weird to me, man. It all started with Resident Evil 7 when they were just kind of chasing the hype of Silent Hills, the Kojima game that never came out, PT. I mean, the demo was for PT and shit like that. So I think it just was one of those things.
I liked the first person Resident Evil though. Like, I liked 7. Like,
7 was good, but it just, I don't know. I'm biased when it comes to it. But like in this game, you can literally choose. You could play both of them in first person, or switch them up however the way you want to do it. A lot of people said like don't play Leon in like first person, but like I watched somebody actually play him in first person, and it's like playing Call of Duty with zombies, and it looked kind of cool. And like even when you do like the contextual shit, like the roundhouse kicks, and the shit where you like dodge and you hit him with the Requiem, which is his now signature hand cannon that he has. It goes in the third person, so it doesn't look wonky in first person, if that makes sense. So like,
okay,
bro, I could talk about this game all day. I'm gonna just give you all the score and tell y'all how I feel. It's literally a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 game. Might be in my top 3 favorite Resident Evils of all time.
Resident Evil 4.
No, 4 is still the king. 4 is still the king. 4 is
really?
Still, yeah. 4 is a game that is just, it's too hard to beat, bro. You got nostalgia behind it, number one, which is like, for me, like 10% of it. But like, the gameplay was good. The fucking story was good. Like just the fun factor of that game was just phenomenal, dog. Like it's my second or third favorite, top 3 games of all time. That's in there, bro. I love that game, man. I'm a big fan, bro. So yeah, it's in my top 3 for sure, man. I think it's probably like, it's probably like for me at this point, it's got to be Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, and then Requiem. You know what I mean? Give it some time, maybe it'd be number 2. Who knows? You know what I mean? I'm working on my second playthrough. There's so many games to play right now, so I haven't got the time to do that
I'm
yet.
in that same boat.
But
there's too much shit out,
bro. We working. But yeah, that this is easily probably my game of the year. I mean, you'll probably hear me say that again. Depending on this Pragmata shit, because I just pre-ordered Pragmata, so we will be playing that on the 17th. And usually a game with a little girl and a man. I mean, usually go pretty sentimental on your boy. So I mean, it might be up there, man. But who knows, bro? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows
Did you hear about speaking of space games, not to distract you, did you hear about what's it called? The Expanse, and how it's gonna be kind of like not Bioshock, Mass Effect, in a way.
Yeah. I can't wait for that, bro. Yeah, that's definitely coming 2027. So that might be my 2027 game of the year. I saw the gameplay that they showed, or the little, you know what I mean, the little.
There's apparently a beta you can sign up for if you want to try it out for yourself early.
Yeah, I think that shit gonna be good, bro. You know what I mean? But Resident Evil 9 is definitely my personal game of the year so far, bro. I think, like, personally, I got Ninja Wolf in the chat said GTA 6 and Wolverine. I don't know. Like, we know Wolverine's gonna be good, but we know Wolverine's gonna be like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2. Like, I didn't think those were game of the year contenders. I don't know. And Wolverine's my favorite, like, superhero. So it's like, me saying that is like, yeah, I mean, I just think, like, there's only so much you can do with that. But we'll see. I think it'll definitely be in my top 5 conversation. Same thing with GTA, but y'all already know how I feel about GTA. I'm really not that excited for that game, man. I mean, I'm a grown man now, bro.
The more that people hype up GTA, the more I'm just like,
yeah, bro,
more uninterested. Like, it was already, like, I'm on PC, so they were already saying that it's not going to be on PC
day
for
one.
a minute.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I don't gotta worry about it, and it's probably gonna be fun for you guys on console, which is cool. But then it's like, oh man, they delayed it. Oh man, this leak, and I'm just like, it just sounds like GTA is turning into a life sim.
Yeah, bro.
Like the mods that they got for GTA 5.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I don't want to deal with all that if it turns into like work in a video game.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, I feel that, man. That's the same way I feel, for real. Like, I try to put this shit in somebody's perspective the other day. Like, when GTA 5 dropped, I was like 19, going on 20. I still live with my mom. Like, I was just, I mean, life was different, bro. Like, I'm a whole ass adult with a kid now, about to be a 1-year-old. Like, bro, I don't really, I'm not gonna say I don't care about GTA 6, but it's just like, I'm so far removed from that franchise. It's like, I know I'm gonna love it. I know it's gonna be a 10 out of 10, but like the last time I really liked GTA was like San Andreas. Like, I'm keeping it real with you, bro. Like, San Andreas is just the GOAT. Like, you know what I mean? Like, GTA 5 was cool, and I hate GTA 4. I notoriously hate GTA 4, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, GTA 6 will be a 10 out of 10 for sure for me, but it ain't gonna be, it's gonna be like that Ghost of Yote 10 out of 10. Like, it's good, but it ain't like,
it ain't perfect.
It ain't Arc Raiders good. It ain't, you know what I mean? It ain't Death Stranding 2 good. It's good. It's good. It's definitely good. But Requiem is Death Stranding good. It is Arc Raiders good. It is a good game. It is a objectively good game. You know, I'm biased. I got the Resident Evil bias. I'm a huge fan, but I'm keeping it real with y'all. That game is, if you haven't played it yet, go do something to get it, man. It is a great game, bro. Like, if you just love the franchise like I do, you love the action, you love the horror, you love the survival part of it, it's got all of that there with the dual protagonists and shit. It is a great game. 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 game, man. I mean, and we're just going to leave it like that, man.
Okay.
But
That's a
this
good
is
review. That's a good game. It's
word,
something to look
man.
forward to when I
Word.
eventually beat Resident Evil 8 and go back to play Raccoon City
Yeah,
and
man. You
their
got to do
what was
that.
that, the Resident Evil 2 remake?
Yeah, you got to do that, man. I think they're all like on sale right now on Steam, man. Like all of them. You can get. I know for a fact you can get like. I think it's Resident Evil 3 remake and Resident Evil 2 remake for like $4 or $5, man. So
Oh shit. All right.
might be worth it. I know I seen the Resident Evil 8 for like 15, but it came with like all the DLC and shit. So I mean, not trying to be a spokesperson for Capcom or anything, but I mean, if you want to cop,
Nah, it's a good game. It's a good game.
hell yeah,
It's
man.
just like I'm not super like fan of zombies, but I do like some of the actual monsters in Resident Evil.
Word. Yeah, man. I'm a
I'll give it
fan,
a
bro.
look.
I'm a fan. So all right, man. Now we're gonna get into a game that there's a lot of discourse about, man. And both of these next two games we're gonna be spending a good amount of time on, man, because there's a lot of discourse surrounding both of these games, and we gotta talk about that, but we also gotta talk about how we feel because we've played these games. Even if it was just a beta or I mean just a couple hours or something, we played these games, so we kind of have some kind of back knowledge about it that we can talk about it, man. So that's what we're gonna do here. And the first game we're gonna talk about today is the new extraction shooter and the new it's not a new IP, but it's their return to a former IP, Marathon, man. I mean, which is a PvP PvE extraction shooter. Um, it's I'm gonna give it to Eknight because Eknight didn't buy the game. Yeah, I mean, he didn't buy the
I'm
game,
still waiting for a
but he
sale.
played it. He played it. So I want to see how he felt about that beta that came out because they did a beta like 3 days before the game came out. Game came out, I believe, March 5th. So it's like about a month ago was the last time he played it. Give us your thoughts, man. Give us all your thoughts.
I mean, it's pretty much the same as when I talked about it. I think the last time it's all right. It's got a lot of stuff that I felt like was quality of life shit that they need to fix, like the UI and shit like that. I also didn't really understand like to the depth of like the gameplay. Like you're gonna be doing a lot of build crafting. It looks like with all the shells and shit, which is like can be both positive and negative depending on how they go about it. It's like if you get a really good build, right, you get all the cores and stuff, you spend a lot of time on your kit building this up, and then you finally run it, right? And you get ratted by a dude on the free kit or the fucking the rook
Mm-hmm.
guy.
Yeah, bro.
Like you're gonna probably feel some type of way, and I know it's gonna be a harder extraction shooter, which I'm fine with. I played Tarkov, right? So I didn't really have a problem with like how crazy fast like like shit goes down in that game. I do still feel like the TTK was still like too fast on the lower end, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "But you get better stuff." And I was like, the problem is that and this is related to the issue currently with Marathon that I'm seeing, and my main concern because I want Marathon to be a competitor to Arc Raiders so I can get better Arc Raiders, right? Is that how shit goes? They're going to compete for my time. And if Marathon's doing good, that also means that Arc Raiders might also be doing good as well because to try and keep their player base. So healthy competition is going to breed a lot better updates, allegedly anyway. But what I saw was that the more power you accrue, like in any extraction shooter, the more likely you're gonna stomp people who are playing this game for like a fucking hour a day, 9 to 5 Andes, such as you and me. You know, like you got shit to do, and we
Facts,
can
bro.
hop on the game for a
Facts.
couple minutes and then get shit on. The reason why I compare Arc Raiders, because besides the fact they're in both the same genres, Arc Raiders so easy to get into, so easy to understand right off the rip, especially with their UI. Like, yeah,
One
you
hundred
need to
percent.
learn how to do shit, but their icons are unique, so that way it's not as hard to remember shit. Straightforward. You need a free kit, you just click the free kit thing. You can build your loadout. It'll tell you value, all that stuff. Everything is upfront. Like even Ponut's playing Arc Raiders, which I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for playing Arc Raiders with JB and shit. But it's one of those things where it's like you're going to be able to understand Arc Raiders off rip. It's very casual friendly. It's designed for the 9 to 5ers. It's designed for people who cannot play more than maybe 2 hours at most a day to complete. And the expedition, the thing that is most controversial, I feel, with marathon, and will be controversial because I want to see what happens after the first wipe, is that wipes are not mandatory in Arc Raiders, whereas in marathon they are. And while wipes will introduce new content, problem is that are you going to come back from that content? Problem is are you going to redo all the shit you just did?
Yeah,
after
over and
getting
over
to
again.
the cryo archive for the first time, getting that the Lulu gun that shoots laser beams like a green flesh cannon or some shit.
Yep.
Do that all again and then do new content that's maybe 30 hours extra of content. Maybe. People in Tarkov, right? The reason why Tarkov is still relevant is because it's super fucking hardcore. And so you feel like you're constantly learning new shit no matter how long you've played that game, right? When I started playing Tarkov for the first time, I didn't know. I thought it was standard shooter. Oh, where's my why can't I put this 5.56 ammo in my assault rifle?
Yeah,
I thought
bro.
5.56 is all assault rifles. It's like, no, it's got to be specific ammunition.
Yep.
You got to identify the ammunition. You got to understand what it means. And then you got your guns jamming and shit. You don't know why the jam is jamming. There's a clear jam button that I didn't know. I had to look that up. I didn't know where I was in the first map. I had to go look at a second screen. Like, that's super hardcore mill sim. I had to eat like a full course meal in a 20-minute raid because my guy was dehydrated and shit. Like, that's super hardcore. Marathon sits like kind of like on the middle edge between Arc Raiders and Tarkov. It's hardcore enough to where you actually have to learn shit, but it's not hardcore to the point where I gotta literally wipe my ass in video game and learn how to use a piece of toilet paper to wipe said ass and identify what a toilet paper is at the same time, right? And if I use the sandpaper to wipe my ass, I'm gonna fuck myself up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I feel like Marathon also has this really bad issue of being just overly complex to just be overly complex. You know, you're having a mandatory wipe every 3 months, dude. I feel like you got to like ease that learning curve a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's a fair take. That's actually something I've talked about when I was playing the game on stream. Like, so just kind of stepping in right. I agree with everything Eknight said, man. I think Eknight kind of took a lot of words out of my mouth, man. The game is very fucking difficult, right? And it is built literally for a very small, sweaty community, right? Like he was talking about, like this is not for your 9 to 5 dads. Like this is a shroud ass game, bro. Like this is something that if you're not putting the 10 hours into a day, and like to break it down, he's not capping about like you'll spend hours trying to build a kit, try to get the resources, everything you need, the money. Because money is not the same as it is. If you play Arc Raiders, I'm gonna make a lot of comparisons to Arc Raiders. And the only reason I'm gonna make said comparisons to Arc Raiders is because they are both games in my mind, right, that are both accessible on console and PC. They're cross-play, stuff like that. I see them kind of as like immediate competitors, right? I do. I really do. I think they're like immediate competitors to each other. And that may be just because of the time. You know what I mean? Like Arc Raiders is kind of fresh, just came out in fucking October. So it's like, you know, they're kind of like right next to each other. So that's why I'm going to make those comparisons. They are very different games in a lot of different ways, where Arc Raiders is very casual. This game he's not lying to y'all, dog. Like this is not a game you can play for 5 hours and feel like I got it. Like I got this. Like Arc Raiders, it was something that just kind of, it snaps. Like in maybe like your second or third, fourth game, it snaps. Bro, it took me hours to get Marathon. Like I essentially wasn't going to buy it at first. I wasn't. I didn't like it at first. I was getting very frustrated. King 7 could tell you I was getting insanely frustrated with the game. And then I kind of just, again, I think the problem a lot of people do have with Marathon is, like, again, like I said, they're looking at Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is the hottest thing on the fucking planet gaming wise right now. And people are ready to dive into something else that's like it. So Marathon is the closest thing, even though they can go download Delta Force, which is both on console and PC, free to play, but it's a different style of game, right? Like, I mean, that game is more realistic. You're shooting real people versus like robots and aliens and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't even talk about the PvE experience of Marathon.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people were going into this game, and I was one of them, thinking it was going to be kind of like an Arc Raiders, when this is like a person I watched that actually completed the Cryo Archive raid said it best. He said this is like doing a Destiny raid and playing Trials of Osiris, which is their like PvP weekend only try hard mode in Destiny. You know what I mean? At the same time. It is like playing those two things at the same time all the time. Like you're doing a quest, you're doing whatever you do, but you're also trying to get resources and do things. Like it is a lot, man. It is a lot. So it's like when I first jumped into it and I was playing it and I'm dying every raid, I'm like, bro, am I ass? Am I ass? And then I had to really think, like, it was the same thing with Tarkov. I don't think I've ever extracted in Tarkov ever. In the history of me ever playing, I don't think I've ever.
Oh, dude, in Tarkov, I stepped on a landmine my first raid. I didn't even know what the I literally just was like, oh, this is a cool map. Oh, this is pretty cool. I've seen some videos about people like messing around and trolling and stuff, and I was like, oh, this be fun. This prox chat and stuff. This be cool, right up my alley, I guess.
Yeah.
Take 2 steps out of spawn and literally step on a landmine. My guy was literally wheezing and groaning for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then like some guy was like, yo, you good? And I was like, I have no idea. And he's like, all right, and shot me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was walking through the woods. I'll never forget my first time playing Tarkov. I was walking through the woods. I'm running through that shit. Of course, I understand we got stamina and shit. I'm hungry. I'm like, damn, let me take a sip of this water bottle, right? I take a sip of the water bottle, it does like that whole animation, like you take the cap off and you drink it. And as soon as that shit touched my lips, I got sniped and I was done. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Dude, I would get killed, and when I looked at the report that told you like how you died, it's not a headshot. It's always your fucking thorax. You get shot in the throat, it's an instant kill.
Yeah,
like, it's so different than like other games that we've been trained to kind of like play on, and that was kind of what was refreshing about it. Like it was super hardcore. I knew I wasn't gonna stick with it, but it was nice to play and check it out.
That's how I felt. And then I say all that to say, like, we're saying all this about Marathon. We come from a background where we're not used to the casual only Arc Raiders experience of extraction shooters, or like the DMZ. We have a background. We have a background. So it was like, bro, like when I played Marathon for the first time, I was like, bro, I don't like this shit. This is a lot. I don't know what anything looks like. This UI is horrible. I don't know what any of this shit I'm picking up does, which is important in an extraction shooter. It is very important to know what the fuck you're picking up and what you're dropping in an extraction shooter. So I didn't like it. And then I was just like, you know what? Let me just kind of unlearn what I'm trying to implement in this game, which is like the knowledge I have in Arc Raiders, and just really take the time to learn this game. And it took me about 6 to 7 hours. 6, 7. I mean, 6, 7. I mean, did that. I mean, we did that. It's 2026. We got to do that.
Corny as fuck.
I mean, my fault, but I had to do that. I mean, it took me about that amount of time. Old. It took me about 7 or 6 hours to, figure that shit out. But once I figured it out, I really enjoyed it, bro. I'm like, okay, I'm playing as this character. Let me use these cores. Let me use these implants. Let me do this. Let me do that. Cool. Like I was learning it. I was stepping on shit. I was tearing people up. I was having like a really good time with it. And then it was just like, once it clicked, I was like, yeah, all right, I like this game. We're gonna buy it. And then I bought it. You know what I mean? And I bought the game. I played it day one. We played it all fucking night. We were fucking frying all night. Like all night. Because again, everybody's got it. Everybody's learning the fucking game and shit like that. So it was a very easy experience. It is no longer like that right now, by the way. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. If you're planning on buying Marathon right now, I wouldn't. Wait bro.
Till the next wave.
Wait till I wouldn't do it, bro, because you're just going to run into like dudes with purple shields, blue shields, which ain't shit because the TTK's so fucking fast, man. If you just are a shooter and you know how to play around, you know, your environment and stuff like that, it's pretty easy to take down some people. Although it is annoying, you know what I mean, when your team is always down and you're just in a 1v3 all the fucking time.
Which Octavius brought up a good point. There is a difference between trios and solos, and this game is definitely around trios.
Oh my god, like even like they're doing a duos test right now, right? And the map that you could play duos for has changed from the shittiest map, which is Perimeter, is easily the worst map in the game, to Dire Marsh, which is like, it's all right. I mean, like, it's not bad, but like, even duos just doesn't feel as good as like trios. Like trios feels like the way they want you to play the game. When you play solos, they give you the option to play as any of the shells, which are like the classes, you know what I mean? Or you could play as the Rook, which is like,
well, that's like squad.
That is sweaty. That is sweaty scav activity. You always spawn in the middle of a match. You're always like within that 17 to 15 minute range. A raid is 25 minutes, by the way.
Though. I'm not gonna lie. I liked his voice lines are great.
Word. Rook is fun when you get creative with him. But 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get cooked, bro. You're gonna get either by another Rook or you're just gonna get fried by like the fact that everybody you're fighting is a 1v3. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? And it's like you can't take in gear as the Rook. It gives you a preset class that you have to use, and it's random every time. It's pretty solid. Like it's usually like a green shield, a decent gun, a big bag, a good amount of heals, so you're like good to go. But like it's rough, bro. And it's like, bro, like somebody else said it. I was watching a stream and they're like, bro, this is like the Elden Ring of fucking extraction shooters. And once he said that shit, I was like, you know what, bro? Fuck this game. I don't like this game anymore, dog.
It's not even that bad, though. That's
bro,
like,
listen.
It's not Elden Ring. Listen.
No. You played the beta, bro. Right now, that game is fucking. You're not getting, bro. I'm telling you, the only people you're running into right now. You
gotta understand when I first played Tarkov, it was in the middle of their season.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going up against dudes with frying me with LMGs.
Yeah.
50 cal snipers.
Yeah, Kevlar, all types of shit.
That I can't even get access to unless I'm super like lucky and get a drop on a dude. Like I spawned in next to a squad of dudes. I was like, all right, guys, let's get them. They all turned on me instantly and shot the shit out of me because they knew I wasn't part of the group.
Yeah, man.
Like, and there's no identifiers to tell who's in your squad. You can TK your squad by accident.
Yeah.
Like they got armbands, but you got to actually look at the armbands.
Yeah, Tarkov is rough, dog.
Tarkov is the Elden Ring and that shit. Marathon is like,
it's hard, bro.
Like,
that shit's hard, bro. That shit's hard, bro. Listen to me, bro. That shit's hard, bro.
Marathon like Fallout New Vegas,
bro. Listen, let me tell you something. If you can play Marathon right and do 10 raids and you win, if you get out 6 of those 10 raids, you're fucking frying shit. Like that's saying, if you get out 4 of those 10 raids, you're good, man. Like it depends on the map too, obviously, because Perimeter is like such a big, shitty, stupid map that you can literally play that map for hours and never run into a team. And every time you do run into a team, it's like they either got the drop on you or you got the drop on them. Now, Outpost, which is my favorite map, my map that I go to every day to torture myself in. Yeah, I mean, because it's the map with like all the events. It has like a boss event. It has the heat cascade, which is like fire rain, so you have to be inside. It forces everybody to basically go inside a building and turtle up or run into another team and get fucked. Outpost is a great map. It is a great map. And before Cryo Archive came out, it was like the best map to kind of run because again, it has all those events. It has the pinwheel in it, which the pinwheel is like you got to find these 2 key cards. I only did it myself once. I've ran it multiple times with like randoms and they just did it like that. Like I did it once myself. It was like you just had to grab like 2 key cards. You take one of the key cards to a machine to change over its clearance level, then go to the totem, activate the totem. It'll give you, I think, another key that you take to another spot. You have to do all this shit. It opens the main door, then you got a hack, which spawns a bunch of annoying enemies. You kill all them, and then you're in the pinwheel, and there's like great loot in there. But you're 9 times out of 10 getting ratted the fuck out. All right, on your way to fuck out of there, dog. Like, I think I made it out alive out of the pinwheel one time. And the thing about the game is you can go fully down, like you can be down but not out, and then get, thirsted out, and then you can be revived back by your teammates. But that doesn't stop the enemy from going in your bag. So when I went down, they took everything I had, bro. I had purples, I had blues, I had a thermal scope on my fucking BR. I had all types of shit, bro. It's rough, dog. It's rough.
I believe you.
Marathon is an experience, bro. But you were gonna talk about the PV. I've been talking enough, man. Tell me about how your PVE experience was, because I know it's gonna be a very small conversation, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit was boring. Like there were a couple moments that I thought were funny, like when you get sucked when you're down by the NPCs. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But the overall, they're just dudes with guns and bullet sponges, and I just like, aside from maybe the one that cloaks, I didn't really have too much fun with it. Everything else is like a bug that jumps up and slaps you in the face that spawns constantly. A plant that occasionally fucks you up because you didn't notice it was there.
Yeah.
Random claymores around the maps, especially next to your spawn. And then turrets that can snipe you across the map. At least during the beta. Those weren't fun to fight. They're not fun really to engage with. I believe that they wanted to go for dangerous NPCs, but like, when you compare it to Tarkov's shit and when you compare it to Arc Raider shit, there's a bit of complexity with both those games. Tarkov's PvE are dudes strapped up with a bunch of guns and shit, and you have to actually like be like strategic in your position, tactical. You can also encounter scavs, which are also NPCs as well as players. So sometimes you might encounter a friendly scav. So that adds a lot of complexity to it. Arc Raiders has just a wider variety of enemy types that all have their own weaknesses and modes of attack. And I'm like kind of disappointed considering that these are the people that made Destiny, right? Not even Halo, right? Like let's put an asterisk on the Halo shit. Destiny enemies are a lot of fun to fight. The Fallen are a lot of fun. The Centurions or what are the Cabal? Yeah, I forgot their name. The Vex, the Hive, the Taken, they're all a lot of fun to fight. They're all unique in the way they do shit. They all shoot and they all do melee shit, and they all have their unique weaknesses and strengths. These USEC dudes are just like, I'm a dude, I'm the same looking guy as your shells.
Right.
And they all have the similar guns, and occasionally one will either turn invisible or have a shield that instantly replenishes after like 2 seconds of being broken. I honestly was more bored with fighting them than I was fighting the players. And I get the emphasis is, holy shit, Boomer, thank you for the raid. The emphasis on the game is supposed to be PvP focused rather than PvE focused. But I feel like if you're gonna reintroduce Marathon as a franchise, pulling from a lot of their enemies and just adding like I know they're gonna add the 4, which will probably be like when I come around to check out Marathon again.
Right.
I feel like that should be more of your focus, because having like crazy, more cinematic moments in your game is like probably going to keep a lot of people around, because even though they're
100%.
not at end gear, like end tier levels, they're still having fun in the moment.
Yes.
If it turns into the fucking grind of a century every 2 seconds, oh, I went in there with my fully kitted stuff, I have all greens, and some dude with purple shit just rinsed me, you're losing a player. I hate to say it,
100%.
like, skill issue probably.
Players. I mean,
That is also true related to the whole debate about the Steam DB numbers and shit,
mhm.
but we'll get to that in a sec. All I'm saying is that the reason why maybe that's affecting that is that you're having people that come in thinking it's going to be like Arc Raiders. It's not like Arc Raiders. They're turned off by it. They don't buy it on launch. You have half the player base you had, at least according to Steam DB numbers, at launch, for people that actually enjoyed the later tier game, but they didn't get to experience full tier game.
Right.
Now we're at the point where you got your end game content out. The reviews have finally come out, which I thought was insane for them to be like, "Hey guys, wait 2 weeks until."
Yeah.
No,
that was weird.
The
too.
game is out now. It's not early access. Like, it's out now. Review it now with what it's got. You can't do this.
Yeah, that shit was strange.
That was like Arc Raiders had all of its maps out pretty much day one. You just had to unlock them, and then Stella Montes came like a month later.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is like the most, like, they've had the high guard treatment, in my opinion, in terms of like from the media, from like the investors, like not from the player base for sure, but like just like in general, like they have had a lot of like grace given to them in terms of like review embargoes and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't understand it. Like, you have $1 million studio. You're like, we're going to do an extraction shooter. Your extraction shooter has a bunch of controversy leading up to launch. You come out with your 3-day free weekend, not even a week before launch, which I feel like was a terrible idea. Because the people that couldn't even, like, their early alpha access was basically invite only, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have an open alpha. You had to get in there. You had to try and get in there. I tried to get in there and I couldn't. So it's like now you're open beta. People are like, it's whatever. It's not for me, blah, blah, blah. You're getting all this feedback that you would have normally have gotten otherwise. And then now it's a little too late to implement most of that feedback. And major complaints are like, it's not geared towards casuals. You got the main guy basically saying, this isn't going to be for you. Fair, but like, I don't think a multi-million-dollar studio investing millions of dollars into an extraction shooter for a very small niche audience is going to make Sony happy.
Right.
I don't think. I think they're going to stick it out for a year, and if they keep bleeding players like I've seen, it might not get past a year. That's my main concern. Like, I'm not wishing for the game's downfall, but it's also like, I see you guys went from 85,000 players on Steam DB down to 45,000. Paul Tassi, who's a games journalist, and I know we give games journalists a lot of crap, but he has inside sources at Bungie saying that this game is mostly a PC player base.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Yeah.
Because its main publisher is a Sony player base. So you would expect more PlayStation players to be on here than PC players. So if that is true, and that the majority of the players on the PC are on the PC side of things, and less players are on console, 45K is not a lot of people. If I'm being generous, if we multiply that by 3, that's still like 100,000 players engaging with it, which is not bad, but it's like,
it's not what Sony wants, man. Sony wants a hit live service game.
Sony wants an Arc Raiders. I don't even know if an Arc Raiders is equivalent. Like, it's what they want, because they paid a lot of money for Bungie during its heyday when Bungie was doing well.
But to also play kind of like, not devil's advocate, but kind of like shed a different light on it too. Like, because I had the same conversation with somebody else. It was like, why would Sony let them like make this game? Yeah, I mean, knowing that Sony wants a hit, they had to know that this game was gonna be for a incredibly small amount of people, right? And it is. That is literally what it's for. You could everybody who's played Marathon and who actively plays it right now will sing its praises. No bullshit. I've never seen the weirdest discourse on a game ever. Listen, we're gonna be talking about Crimson Desert after this. You know what I mean? And that game's got a lot of weird.
Marathon's like one of the weird ones where it's like it's such a great game, guys, and by like journalists and then like people who are really into the game that have time to play the game, and then like the player base is just like it's cool, but I'm gonna go over here now, and I'm like,
it's
they're not mad about it, but they're also like, they're just done with it.
The discourse is crazy because it's like I'll be scrolling like social media. You could choose anyone you want, and I'll see something about Marathon, and it's like people who just like played the beta or like haven't played the game or just like this game looks like shit. And you got the people who played it, they're like, yo, this game is like really fucking good. Like this game is like phenomenal. Like I have some friends that are literally just like, this is like I have friends who've dropped Arc Raiders to just play that game like exclusively. Right. But that's because that's what they're into. And I think again they want with Sony shooter with Sony wanting that big live service game, it's like again, they canceled and we got some news on that to talk about later on too. Like they canceled the Last of Us factions game mode, right? Which was essentially gonna be like the shit. If you've played the original Last of Us 1 multiplayer, like that is like highly praised by the people who played it. So for them to cancel that game, and there's sources saying they canceled that game a day before it was supposed to get game. Yeah, man. They canceled it a day before it was going to get announced.
So I don't think it's a test run for something bigger.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, I think Sony knows like, hey, they're going to make this game. It's going to be weird and it's going to be strange. And we're gonna make it $40, right? And yeah, we're gonna sell skins, but the skins aren't that good. You know what I mean? But this is gonna be for a unique player base that we're gonna try to take the time to cultivate. Because the one thing I'm gonna give them credit for, and I'm gonna give them the it's not even a benefit of the doubt. It's just kudos. I'm gonna do the same thing with Crimson Desert because they did almost the same thing, right? Is that they literally listened to their community and acted super quick. It doesn't matter that they only had 28K people playing or whatever K people playing. They were super quick and responsive to a lot of the feedback that people had. So during that initial beta, people complained about the UI, the way, the Volt is and certain things. They changed those things within a week. You know what I mean? They made various changes to like bosses, PvE enemies. So a lot of the PvE enemies are like a little easier. They're not, I'm not gonna say it's a walk in the park, but it's definitely a lot easier than it was day one in the beta and shit like that.
It's just that they were uninteresting, right? They weren't like
it was a little bit of both, bro. It definitely was a little bit of both. Like they are definitely uninteresting to fight, but they weren't exactly a walk in the park. Like I think the problem is you'll do all this work fighting off the PvE threat to then you look at your inventory and be like, well, fuck, I got no more heals. I got no more ammo. I got none of this.
And, then you get
and here comes the team.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then part of getting progression is the PvE. And that's like the problem I had. Because at least like if the PvE was fun and I still died, like I would have been like, yeah, but I still fucking killed that giant fucking robot.
Yeah. Word. Arc Raiders has that appeal. And I think that's again where they become two different games. Like this game is literally made like no bullshit. I will spend all day. Like if I put some time in a marathon, right? I'll spend, 2-3 hours kind of building up something, getting my credits together, getting everything together to make this god build in a sense. Going to outpost and get slimed out like fucking instantly by fucking a rat or just another team. Like that is literally the game. Like I can go like literally, I've had streams, I've had days. You can ask King 7. We've had days where we played for 8-9 hours and never lost a raid in Arc Raiders. Never lost a raid. Because that's how Arc Raiders is. Arc Raiders is one of those games where it's like you can kind of pick and choose the threat. Like you can be like, all right, there's a team over there. I'm gonna go over there. This game's a little different. You can't hear shit. So you don't fucking bro. You ever just listen? Have you ever just listened to Marathon? Like anybody who's played the game in the chat, right? Have you ever just listened to Marathon and be like, it's raining outside and the raindrops literally sound like gunfire? I'd be like, hold up, guys. I think there's a team here. No way. It's just the rain. I fucking might, bro. I
remember when again, they could have changed the audio after launch, but like I remember being able to hear people really close by, or sounds like they're really close by, but they're actually like 10 meters away.
But that's when they're on you. They're there now. Like in Arc Raiders, it's like unless somebody's crouch walking for like 50 meters. Like,
see, this is why I was kind of sad they got snubbed for sound design, because the sound design
in Arc Raiders is phenomenal.
It's like you can hear them pull their gun out. You can hear them shift their body weight.
Shield up, everything.
Heal. Yeah, I can hear these motherfuckers spawn
put stuff in their safe pocket, all types of shit. Yeah.
Marathon is nothing like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Can't tell what they're doing.
You don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Walking around and running around.
But that's the difference between the two. Like I think Marathon is very meant for the loud minority of people who've been complaining about Arc Raiders, which we'll talk about later on in the podcast, I'm sure of, right? That have been complaining about how Arc Raiders is kind of shifting its focus to be more PvE orientated over the PvP. Like this is literally a game for those people. Like I'm trying to tell y'all, like
just came out is exactly the opposite of what they told us. So I think they're just lying now.
If it doesn't sound fun to build up a kit for like an hour or two, you know what I mean, and then go out to do this big thing, whether it be the pinwheel on Outpost or do cryo, because cryo you need to have a minimum of 5K to enter the raid, which is a lot. That is a lot, dog. All right, and I played rank, and bronze rank in Marathon.
Rank even work in that game?
It's very good. It's peak.
It like Arc Raiders, or is it just like you have to bring a minimum?
No. It's peak. It's peak, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Ranked in Marathon might be where it's at. It might be where it's at. Because when you slime people out in ranked, the reward is way higher than, of course, when you're just playing a regular unranked match.
So is it like you have to bring a minimum amount of money?
Depending on your rank. Yeah, you have to bring a... So bronze...
I can respect that. Yeah,
I think bronze, you have to bring a minimum of 3K, and you have to buy this holo tag. You know what I mean? You have to bring the holo tag in with you in the raid. It's kind of like your Osiris ticket in Destiny, and what it does is it keeps track of how much you've extracted from the raid to rank up to your next rank. You know what I mean? And then when you take those off of other players, you get their motherfucking score. So if they were almost about to rank up, it'll like do some type of like math where it'll give you like a certain percentage of that. You know what I mean? Off of taking their holo tag. That's what I've understood. I might be explaining it the wrong way, so you take it with a little grain of salt. But I do know, like, you have to bring the holo tag in, and the holo tag keeps track of what you.
Let me see what they're saying in chat here a little bit.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Sony looking surprisingly more sketchy than Xbox lately.
And we're gonna talk about that. We are going to talk about that.
Someone I watch who loves a lot of the same games. I do really loves Marathon, and watching him play I can see why, but he admits that it's fun because he has 5 different friends who are also really serious about the game. True.
And that's what you need.
Gaming experience better. It says solo experience is miserable, but solo queue and squad both solo queue and squad fill are miserable, which I can see. I played a bit of squad fill on Marathon, and I absolutely hated it too. Because
I didn't mind it. I get good teammates though. That's the thing.
Some of them talked. Some of them didn't. The ones that didn't just fucked off and got into a fight and died.
Yeah, man.
It's like that's just kind of, you know. I'm pretty much Arc Raiders is kind of the same, but more people are willing to talk.
Yeah.
So I just don't really squad fill in general, though.
Yeah.
Though I've started to realize Arc Raiders audio is very inconsistent. Like someone can sprint up to you and drop in behind you, and you won't hear them. Or someone 2 floors above you sounds like they're in the room next door. See, I think that's on Stella Montes. Is
Yeah.
very
Stella
weird with
Montes
its
is weird.
audio. Any other map, I can
Perfect.
almost pinpoint
Where they
accurately
at?
know where they are based on map knowledge alone.
Yep.
As for, I will say that sometimes people are able to sneak up on you really easily while you're distracted doing something. I think it's like you're so, especially if you're in friendly lobbies, you're so used to people just running around that when someone actually does rat you and you just hear someone walk up and you're in your inventory digging around, or you're looting, digging around, or you're doing something that's taking your attention away from like being aware because you're not as tense as you should be.
Yeah.
You get snuck up on pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the audio will overlap the footstep audio, and I've had that happen to me a lot. Like I've had people get the drop on me. I'm like, where the fuck did you come from? And I've done the same to other people because they're so distracted. That being said, still, like, this is just one of those things where it's like you either are going to like Marathon or you're just not gonna like it unless you have people that you can play it with.
1000%. Yep.
I'm in that second camp where it's like, if I'm not playing with friends, I'm not gonna.
That's me. That's me. That's literally me. Like my boy Coyote is like in love with the game right now because we both are, to be honest. I love the game a lot because I'm weird, bro. I like the lore of the game. I like everything that's in the game. The game is very interesting when you really break down the lore. I watched a video the day before the game came out to kind of like catch up because I've never played the Marathon games. I plan on doing it. I mean, eventually here on twitch.tv/BLAZExENFERNO, man. Shameless plug.
I mean, I was actually
it is 100%.
Doom experience, but
yeah, 100%. But bro, a lot of that lore is in this game, bro. And it's like when you find it, it's just like little small things. Like, bro, I knew I liked this game when no bullshit. Finding lore is an item in the game. Like you getting lore is an item you have to extract with in the game. And I like that. I'm weird, bro. I want a new codex page. So I'm gonna take that shit, bro. Like that's how I am.
That's like,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I really like that about the game. Things I don't like about the game is definitely the UI. I don't like the UI. I think I have a bigger problem, honestly, with the way the meta is of this game, man. I think my biggest problem with this game is that there's a class system, right? Everybody has to pick a shell. You pick a shell that you have to play. You have Destroyer, Vandal, Triage, Assassin, Thief, and I think that's it. Recon, of course. Recon just got a crazy buff. I don't know why. I forgot about it because Recon was ass, but it just got a crazy buff that we might check out tonight on stream. I ain't gonna lie. It got a crazy buff. But you have to pick one of those 6 shells in Rook, but Rook is only for solos. But what I don't like is it allows you to literally pick 3 of the same fucking class in like the meta right now. The meta is Assassin with this specific core that allows you to I forget what it does, but it's a full-on melee build, and it is the worst experience ever, bro. Because Assassin goes invisible, right? It goes invisible.
That's was my main criticism.
You can kind of see him, but if you're playing on controller like me, I'm playing on console. It completely breaks aim assist. So aim assist is like the fuck gone, bro. You have to like literally use aim to fight that person.
You gotta try and aim.
Yeah, and by the time you get your shots right and you lined up and you ready, they are in your face and they are just bang, bang, and you're done. It takes 2 knives and you're on the ground, bro. And that's the meta right now. You'll literally get 3 stack assassins running around, or you'll get like 2 stack thief, one assassin runner. That's like been a meta too. Is like people run around with the thief. They'll find people, they'll mark them, and then they'll wait for their team to come through. And the thief has a drone that can take items off of your person. So you can literally just snap shit. And what it snaps first is the high tier shit. And for a lot of players with like greens and shit, their high tier loot is their health, their heals and shit. So you're literally just smacking their heals off of them. You're right. You'll have your one guy just smacking heals off them, and you're running up, and you're shooting them, and they go to like take cover, and they're like, "Yo, I can't heal. Where's my heals at?" And they'll look at the drone up in the air because there's no context of your shit getting stolen, but like a sound cue. It sounds like a rope hitting you. Like
it should be like an impact, like you take damage or something.
I think that would be broken if it was damage. If it did.
No. I mean, like the cue
the
for
sound
you
effect.
Robbed
Okay.
is some sort of like like you got shot. Or
that
like,
would be.
You're not taking damage, but it just feels like you did, and then you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Like I think those are my two biggest problems. They fixed a lot of the UI issues, but they still kind of got a ways to go. And I don't think they're ever gonna fix the class shit. I think that's just the way they want the game to be played. And like I've kind of seen this again, like there's this weird discourse online of like people who just like they don't like the game. They've either played it or they haven't, but they're like very vocal about not liking the game. And it's like I have a lot of people who have bought the game, didn't like it, and just kind of moved on, went back to Arc Raiders and shit like that, or whatever the fuck they were playing. I'm still in there. I like the game. I'm not playing as much as I'm playing Arc Raiders because I just fucking love Arc Raiders. The content alone I get from Arc Raiders is just...
What do you think of the new stuff?
We'll talk about that later. Let's wrap this shit up. We'll talk about it after we wrap this shit because we're about to wrap it up anyway.
Okay.
My final score for Marathon. If you would have asked me about 3 weeks ago, it would have been like a 9, dog. It would have been a 9. Now that I got more hours, I'm sitting around like 45, 50-ish hours in the game. I'm dropping that down to like an 8.5. I think I'm a 8.5 final answer. Like, there's really only 2 things I don't like about the game. Other than that, the shooting is 10 out of 10. It's a Bungie game, so the shooting's going to be phenomenal. They have the BR from Halo in it. They got the Magnum from Halo in it. I mean, they've got the energy pistol. They got the energy pistol from Halo in it. They've got all the Halo little quirky with the guns and shit like that, and it feels great.
They nostalgia baited hard with that stuff, and I'm like, I'm be honest with you, it would work if only like this was a Halo game.
The BR's in Destiny though, and so is the Magnum. So it's like that's just their thing, bro. That's their thing.
That's a little different though, because that's like stuff you're gonna keep.
Right? Yeah,
like you're gonna keep that stuff. You paid for that essentially. Hopefully, you get to keep it. I don't know. They might like wipe it away.
Nah, that gun's still going crazy, man. The BR's still going crazy in trials, man. That's the only thing I play in
but I think they really leaned into that from the creators of Halo shit really hard to try and get Halo fans on board with it. But I'm really like I'm not seeing the connection here.
Word, and that's okay. And like, I think I'm gonna final answer lock it in 8.5 because again, other than those 2 things, I like everything about the game. I like the world. Perimeter is a weak map. It is probably like ass, but like it is still like a pretty decent like experience. Like 6 out of 10 times, you know what I mean? So it's like it's not like terrible, but like I think the game is really good. I really hope that Sony sticks with it because I think, and we've talked about this on podcasts in the past. I can't give you the number, but we've talked about it before. I feel like the problem with a lot of these games is they try to get everybody in. You know what I mean? And it's like you try to make a game for everybody, but you end up making a game for nobody at the same time. And I feel like Marathon is a game that is very well made for the people that are actively fucking playing it. Like the people that you see streaming it that are sweating, trying to do the raid every weekend, they're going crazy on the PvP and doing all the crazy clips that you may see on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. I think that game is made for those people. And I kind of like Bungie's response to like a lot of things. Like it just seems like they're like, hey, we're gonna rock out with y'all. Y'all rock out with us. We're gonna rock out with y'all, and like that's a win for me, bro.
Do you
That's
think
always
as, like,
a win
someone
for
that
me,
plays Destiny? Do you think this is what is killing Destiny right now? Do you think Marathon coming out is kind of what?
Oh man,
shift the focus.
Man, listen, bro. Shout out
Just
my
a
boy.
Quick yes or no, or maybe.
No.
Yeah, what's up, my Ibuki?
Yeah, shout out my Ibuki for the W sub. No, and I wish my boy Wes was in the chat, man, right now, because we had a long talk about that. How he actually hates the fuck out of Marathon. Never played it. He's watched me play it a bunch of times. He says it looks interesting, but he'll never play it because he's not into extraction shooters. Understandable. But he also said he doesn't like the game because he doesn't like what it did to Destiny. He feels like they abandoned Destiny for this game. And what I told him, and I told another friend of mine that felt the same way, is I don't 100% agree with that. I honestly feel like, if you want me to be brutally fucking honest with you, Destiny's dead. It needs to die. It needs to go down the drain. It needs to perish. It needs to get the fuck out the way. So we can get Destiny 3. It's the same way I feel about Apex Legends. Not to bring Apex Legends up, but it's the same way. I love that game. That game will forever be in my heart. Same thing with Destiny. But I feel like that game needs to go. It needs to go, man. It's just I'm ready for the sequel. Give me the sequel, man. I don't want to. It needs to go. You know what I mean? But I can understand people's frustration with that, but I don't think that's the case, man. I just don't. I think, like, they're doing a very good job of kind of supporting Marathon. Like, if you want to be brutally honest, it's not like they got a fucking huge player base that they got to appease to. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's again, we're going to talk about Arc Raiders in a second because I got a lot to say about Arc Raiders lately.
Right.
But I feel like, at least with the game being out for exactly like a month at this point, like almost damn near a month at this point, they've done a lot in a month on this game versus like what Arc Raiders has done. But that's just me nitpicking. I've been nitpicking Embark for a while, man. I've been on their ass for a while because I feel like Embark is they have the biggest game out right now. Arc Raiders is objectively, and this isn't subjective, this is objectively. Y'all love to pull up Steam numbers. I don't like doing that shit, but it is the biggest game out right now, and I feel like Embark is not a small studio. They are backed by Nexon, and I feel like they move at a snail's pace with the content. I've said it on stream 1,000 times. I'm going to say it on this podcast. If I was Embark and my game blew up the way that it did, I would have hired 100, 200 employees, and maybe even less than that, to just work on fucking content and get content the fuck out the door to keep. I have the biggest game out right now. I'm beating Fortnite. I'm beating Call of Duty. I'm beating fucking Battlefield 6. Yes. Yeah. What? Yes.
Well, maybe on Steam, but not console.
No, they're not on Steam. They're not on Steam, bro.
Well, you know what I mean, on Epic, whatever.
Bro, I'm telling you, they are fucking going crazy. It's the biggest game out right now, no question. It's not bigger than like the Counter-Strikes and Valorants and the Dotas and the League of Legends of the world, but it is the biggest game out. It's the biggest. It like a lot of people have compared Arc Raiders to Fortnite, right? They've said it's like the Fortnite of like extraction shooters. I agree with that statement. Like, I feel like this is the game that is gonna champion in a bunch of copycat extraction shooters. They're on their way. They're coming. They are coming.
Yeah, they're coming.
You know what I mean? They are coming, bro. And I feel like Embark is just moving at a snail's fucking pace. They are. Because I don't even play the game as much as I used to. And it's like, even now, I'm just like, fuck, bro, where's the content, bro? Like, now this newest update, fire. Fucking fire. I'm closing my mouth after this update. But this update,
at the end of the month,
nigga, when we got this hurricane update, the last one, Shrouded Skies, nigga, I was upset, bro. I was upset. They gave us.
City upset me though. City upset me.
They gave us a Raider deck that everybody was done the first day it came out. They gave us a weather condition,
To be fair about the Raider decks, if you played the shit out of the game, you don't have to play.
You don't have to play. You don't have to, bro. You don't have to.
I had over like a couple grand of creds, and I was like,
oh yeah, I've been burnt that shit. I was buying Raider keys like every fucking.
Oh, I didn't. I never
Yeah,
spent
I
any of
was
it until they
bugging.
put the guitars
I
in
was bugging, man.
Shawnee's
I was
store.
bugging. I was
But
bugging.
listen. All right, I understand the criticisms about Embark, right? Since we're already talking about it,
Go ahead.
I understand the criticisms, but honestly, let them cook.
I'm
Just let
letting
them
them,
cook.
bro. I'm letting them.
Give
I'm
me
letting them.
if you're telling me you're saying I can put this game down for a little bit and go play something else.
Word. And that's what I've been telling people. Like I do
That's
like
what
that.
I did when I played Crimson Desert.
Facts,
Oh,
bro.
look at that
Facts.
transition.
Oh, that was a crazy transition. But yeah, about Marathon, yeah, to close that up, yeah. It's not for everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be for everybody. I think Bungie's very okay with that, and I'm very happy that they're like that because again, I feel like the problem we run into with a lot of these video games is like, look at High Guard. Not even to go back to that, but it's like High Guard was a game that was trying to appease to everybody, but literally appeased to like 5 people, bro. You know what I mean? And it's just like.
Yeah, that was a failure in leadership.
I think
honestly.
Bungie knows what the fuck they're doing with this marathon thing, and like you said with Embark, I'm gonna let them cook, bro. I'm gonna let them cook, because I think if it gets to that danger zone where like Sony's like, hey, you got to do something, I think they can restructure. Hopefully, they don't restructure the way they did with Destiny when they made Destiny free to play, because that was the worst move ever for Destiny when they went free, quote unquote, free to play.
I felt like it was desperation.
I mean?
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that might happen with Marathon, and I just hope that they do it better. You know I mean, because from what I see in my chat when I play Marathon, is there's a lot of people that are interested in it, but a lot of people either just don't like the art design. They don't like how difficult it is. They don't understand the loot. Or a mixture of all 3 of those things. And it's like,
well, to go back to what Octavius was saying is that like having to hover over icons, and even though they look the same, they're definitely different. Is a problem in an
definitely 100%. Yeah, I mean, and just to catch up on the chat too at the same time. JBL asked for my thoughts on COD, man. Why you want my thoughts on COD, man? New season just came out yesterday. It's fire, dog. Yeah, I mean, they cooking,
He's lying.
bro.
He's coping.
Bro, they're cooking, bro. They're cooking.
He's coping.
They're cooking, bro. They're cooking, man.
COD is dead.
Bro, y'all know me. Listen, for those that know me, y'all know me too well, bro. Y'all know me to the point that y'all know I play what I want to play. I'm not following no trends, bro. I play what I want to play. And I'm just a COD guy, so I like COD so much. He's the shill for COD. I am a 100. I bend over backwards for COD because he's my favorite shooter. I love it so much. Kind of like how Eknight loves Halo, and like, where's Ninja Wolf at? Because I want Ninja Wolf to say it. Ninja Wolf always saying it when like I'm off stream and shit. He's like, what's up with your Halo? What's up with your Halo boy? Who the fuck's playing that game still? It's like, bro, he likes what he likes and he's playing it. He doesn't have to follow the fucking trends. And that's me. That's me. I'm playing COD, even though COD is, you know what I mean, the most hated game in the world right now. I think it's Battlefield 6, man. But, you know, it's just like, you know what I mean? What's up with that Crimson Desert, though?
Like a 400-hour get to the point.
Nah, real shit, man. I'm not in fighting a UI to enjoy a game. That's facts, though. Like, hopefully they clean that shit up and get it to be a better game. I'm gonna be definitely letting y'all know via the podcast, you know, about updates and such on Marathon and where it's at and stuff like that. You know we will, because I'm gonna keep playing it, man. I'm sticking to the 8.5. I don't see any reason to drop it any lower, but I don't think it could be any higher than that for me. Because again, UI, easy use, like Eknight hit it with the PVE is kind of dull.
Shit is mid.
Yeah, it's very, very mid. I think the game is good though. And for $40, like, wasn't that bad of an investment.
I'm not complaining about the price. I feel like we only got $40, and it's
because Arc Raiders. Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, Arc Raiders probably played into it, but I think that art controversy is probably why.
Yeah.
Because like, if you sit here and say you stole some art assets from some random person off of Twitter, and then charge me $70 for this game, I probably would have refunded it or not even bought it immediately. Like, I think that's kind of where I think a lot of people were kind of heading that, but I think
Nah,
$40 was a
facts.
smart play on their part. If they hadn't have done that, I feel like this game probably would have flopped pretty hard at a
I'm
$70 price point.
I'm gonna let you cook with this next review, man. Cause like, listen, we're gonna
Playing
spend
it
a
right
lot.
now.
We're gonna spend a lot of time on this Crimson Desert talks. I got a lot to say. I got a lot to
Yeah,
say. But I'm gonna,
yeah.
I'm gonna actually let you go first. I'm gonna let you go
Yeah.
first
So
because
what I like
I'm gonna
about
yap, bro.
Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War is that it is a Doom shooter inspired shooter, but it has modern shooting mechanics such as slide canceling and and has that retro aesthetic, and also is just a lot of fun. 10 out of 10 boomer shooter game. I highly recommend. Go get it now. It's $20 on Steam. Get in that shit.
Great review, man. What do you rate it out of scale of 1 to 10?
I just said 10.
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Damn, bro.
Go to the
All right.
reviews. Go to the reviews. It's mostly positive on Steam.
I'm gonna
It's a
try it
great
out.
game.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna
It's
try it
20
out.
bucks. You have
Eh,
literally nothing to
Nothing to
lose.
lose. Nothing to
Cheaper than
lose.
Marathon.
Cheaper than Marathon.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's cheaper than Marathon.
let's talk
Put that on
about
your bumper
let's
sticker.
let's talk about my goat, man. Crimson Desert. Go ahead, man. The floor is
I'm playing it
yours,
right
bro.
now on stream, and I'm just wandering around doing absolutely nothing. I was farming trees
And it's
earlier,
beautiful,
looking
isn't
for
it?
a
It's
specific weapon. Oh yeah, I'm at the coast. There's a pirate ship I'm trying to figure out how to get to right now.
fly
Um,
to it.
I don't have the range. I don't even have the dragon. Like I'm not that far into this game, and I'm still in. I haven't left the first area really
Me
that
neither.
much.
No one has. You
Yeah,
heard you
and you
heard
don't need
somebody
to.
somebody change the title of the game from Crimson Desert to Hernand. They just named it Hernand. I was yeah.
I mean, you could have called it Hernand, and I still would have been like, yeah, it is
bro,
accurate.
bro.
This game was. I thought I was not gonna like it when I started playing it because it was just throw you the fuck in and then give you the like he gave you Dark Souls 1 type pop-ups to do shit, and then you just kind of like had to figure it out for yourself there. And I've been just playing it passively. Like we played it 4 days in a row on stream, and I think my main issue was that the story should have kind of been structured in a way that kind of taught you how to do stuff better. But you know how like in the beginning, because I don't care if this spoils this anyone, you guys are gonna experience it off rip when you play the game. When you start out in the gray main camp for the first time, and you're like trying to figure out the controls, and they only really told you how to walk around, right? But you don't know how to interact with shit. I think that should have been like your tutorial on how to like learn how to chop trees, learn how to mine ore, learn how to like
Agreed.
put up
Agreed.
yeah, just like small shit, right? Nothing too major. You learn how to fish, right? Yeah, they really true, JB. They beat the fuck out of you. They literally beat the fuck out of you in the first. They were like, "Yo, you heard of that Dark Souls game and how you got your shit kicked in by that fat demon? Yeah, we're just gonna have a bunch of grown ass men wearing bear suits dog the shit out of you and your friends, and then like mock like when you get killed in this game for the first time." Bro was like, "You got something to say?" And then it slit your throat. Oh, I guess you didn't got shit to say. Throws you into a river. I was like, "Damn!"
Peak
They
experience,
really were
by the
like,
way.
"He is dead. He is dead." And then you somehow come back to life for some magic bullshit, and they don't explain that. And then it turns into like
They
a
do.
weird
They
like
do. They explain it. They
when,
they explain it.
when, when,
Okay. All right.
when.
So yeah,
An hour in,
when you
10 hours in.
when you
I still
the
don't know.
yeah the you when you the yeah the abyss yeah you
What's
yeah
I don't know.
yeah
Listen, the story didn't start getting good until I got my first gray main camp. Like as soon as you get the gray main camp, it starts getting better.
way
But
better.
not like
That's like eight
but not
hours
like
in though.
it's
That
not
for
like
me was
Witcher
8 hours
better.
in.
But it's like it's a lot better. Also, I like the fact that they took a lot of the Red Dead Redemption camera angles when they're doing cutscenes. Ooh, crabs.
I like that too.
Um,
W.
they definitely took a lot of inspiration from other games. Breath of the Wild, Red Dead Redemption,
Everything, everything.
fucking yeah, just about everything,
They said,
right?
"What do
Like
you want in this game?" This nigga said, "Yes."
and I don't and what made me kind of mad is that after my 15 hours into the game and I was playing it, I was like, oh, I get it now. Okay, cool. Right. What made me mad is that I saw the IGN double down on their 6 out of 10. And then I'm like, did you even play this fucking game? Did you actually play this game? Put the crab. I'm not putting the crab back. It's my crab now.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and a little deeper. How did you feel about that? How did you feel about that 6 out of 10, man? How did that make you feel?
It kind of made me kind of like, bro, did you play the game? Like, did you actually enjoy the game? Did you just rush through this shit and try to do everything quick as fuck because you're a reviewer? You know what I mean? I'm listening to dudes that have like 150 hours in saying like, oh yeah, the controls are dog shit. I lost my save like halfway through, right? But I fucking love this game, dude. It's a lot of fun. Right. I highly recommend it. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't get the controls are kind of fucking stupid. But I can ride a dragon, so I don't give a fuck. I'm like,
all right.
Are we playing the same game? Like, are they playing the same game? Like, it's just like, it feels like this is a gamer's game. And people who don't play games or don't get to spend a lot of time in one particular game, kind of like how like Skyrim was. And then there's not like a lot of hand holding, so you're kind of discovering everything on your own or with the community.
Right.
It's like, if you don't have the time to do that, you're not going to enjoy this game if you're trying to rush through it. I feel like you got to take your time and smell the tree sap.
This is facts. All right, man. Video essay time, bro. I came prepared for this. I came prepared for this review, man. I mean, I came very prepared for this review. I got notes, bro. I wrote notes while I was playing this shit. A lot of notes, man. And I'm going to start it off by this because this is literally how it says on the top. Started off with this, man. So, my first, when I first looked at Crimson Desert, you know what I mean, for the first time, I looked at it and I said to myself, this is a game made for me. This is a Derek ass game, bro. Like I could just tell from looking at it, it was the most Derek game of all time, bro. Like they might as well just name that shit Derek Desert, man, because it is the most, like they made this game like, yeah, he loves Skyrim so much, we gonna give him Skyrim 1,000,042. You know what I mean? And that's essentially what my mind went into when I first played the game. When I first played it, bro, I ain't gonna lie, my first 5 minutes into the game, I'm like, oh, this is hard. Oh, this is, what the fuck is this? What the hell is this tutorial? Like, it throws a bunch of text at you and like a lot, like the tutorial's ass. The opening, like, I agree with Eknight so much. If they would have just took the time to just kind of be like, hey, this is how you do this is how you do that, this is how you do this, how you do that. And again, I'm going to give them a lot of credit. I'm going to say it right now. They've done a great job at just player feedback and implementing that. Like 3 days into the game being out, or 2 days into the game being out, they already had a patch for like most of the big shit.
Day one patch. They
patched in
the extra storage and said they're going to work on more storage.
Fast, bro. Fast. They were on one.
Yeah, they're quick with it.
So when I first played it, bro, I'm not gonna lie, dog. My first like hour or two in the game, I did not like it, dog. I was like, this controls like shit. There was like a lot of texture bugs. I'm playing on PS5, by the way, base PS5. I should let y'all know that from the rip. I'm playing on base PS5, not a pro, nothing like that. I was having like a lot of texture issues, like with the graphics. They patched that like literally 2 days later. It was looking like, it looks amazing. Like the game looks phenomenal. Like it looks just like how it would for anybody else, man. So can't really complain about that. I'm not gonna complain about it at all, actually. But I was having like texture issues. Bro, like he told you the opening hour, you die, you come back to life, you arm wrestle a nigga, you give a coin to a homeless guy, you get a key, you fucking you mop somebody's fucking chimney. You know what I mean? And then you go meet God and learn how to fly. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck is this game? Cause
you
like
skydiving too, yeah.
I was like, bro, what the fuck is this game? And then you solve a very difficult puzzle before that, by the way. Very difficult. You know
how long did it take you?
Not that long, but it was more so it took me because when you get the Axiom Force
about
for
like,
the first time, 20
minutes.
When you get
when
you get the Axiom Force, right? It tells you you can pull and you can push and stuff like that. So pull, it like the way I explained it, it was like you pull the pull and then you pull and it come pull. Use pull, action force. And I'm just like, bro, what? So it took me a minute to figure that out. And then there's the part where you gotta like climb up on the thing and then hit it with the force palm. It's like I didn't understand that. I was just like, it's like you palm the force to palm the go palm force. I'm just like, like what the fuck is this tutorial, dog? Like, you know what I mean? But once you figure it out, it's like you figure it out and then it just throws you into the world and then like you do a lot more tedious shit because it's trying to explain the like, hey, you can work for this person, or you could do this, and then there's this, and then there's this faction, and there's these factions, and then like he said, you get the gray main camp, and then that's when the game kind of gets really interesting. It's like you're building up your clan again, you're getting your teammates together and shit, and you're just going on this grand ass adventure where you might just stop and do a bounty or cut some trees or go fishing or like just literally walk around and enjoy the landscape because the landscape looks so good. Like that's why I say this is a Derek ass game, because that is the shit I live for with these games. I just want to walk around,
very fucking immersive.
You know what I mean? And just enjoy myself, bro. And like that's the type of game that it is, and I fucking love it for that, bro. I love the game for that, man. You know what I mean? And look, maybe this won't take as long as I thought it would, because I kind of got to my point across pretty fast. The controls are ass. I feel like my biggest problem with the game and why I'm going to give it the score that I give it is that they've crammed so much into this game to where it's kind of like, it is just like a game. It is literally just, they could have just named this game, bro, because it's just like, it's got so much shit in it to the point where it is very overwhelming, dog. Like, I have ADHD, and it's not even that bad, but this shit is, like, overwhelming as fuck with the amount of shit you can do. Like, there's, like, relationships you can have and certain things. Like, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot, dog. And then it's, like with the controls and, like, some of the, like, the mechanics of the game, it's, like, it's like they were trying to, and I'm taking this from another creator. I can't remember who said it, but like they said it and it stuck in my head. It's like they tried to reinvent the wheel, but it's like, why would you do that? Like, it's just kind of like, I'm not saying they could have just made Skyrim again, but make it look better. But they did a lot of things that just, like, again, with the controls that just don't make sense. Like, doesn't feel comfortable to play objectively. Like, that is not a subjective thing. That is a very objective. Like, this game, like, I remember telling my boy, like, day one when it came out, it's like, yeah, block and lock on is the same button. So
yeah,
it's
and
like,
also there's like another extra key to like keep that lock on a
yeah,
dude.
It's like, bro, what? Like, this is too much, bro. This is too much. And it's like, it's a fighter too at that same.
Yeah,
there's like combos and shit.
It's like playing Street Fighter, but an RPG.
It's like, bro, what is going on, man? What am I playing, bro? Like, what am I genuinely playing, bro? But like, to keep it short, because like I said, I think it's gonna be a lot shorter than I thought. This game is probably gonna be like a Cyberpunk 2077 for me. It's gonna be a game where I'm kind of low on it, like right now. But I do think, because I tell everybody now, Cyberpunk's in my top 10 of all time. But it only took them like 4 or 5 years for that to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is going to be the same thing. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a 9 out of 10. Because, again, I do think, and this is just a me thing. This is just me. I think there's so much going on with this game to the point where it's like, what kind of game am I playing? Like, there's base building mechanics. There's like Animal Crossing decoration shit you can do. Again, you can build relationships with random people in the world and like give them gifts and stuff like that. There's like this Batman investigation mechanic where you put this helmet on and you see visions of the past, that they had to patch and make it better because when they released it at first, it was shit. Like you could literally have the helmet
you
on.
go through your inventory,
bro. It was a lot, bro. It was a lot, bro. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, and hopefully later on the game gets better. And one of the things I will say is, like, if you're not gonna stick around with this game in the long run, meaning you're gonna give it like legit like 10 to 15 hours to really let it sink in, then this game might be a skip for you, because you gotta give it that time. You have to. Like, your first couple hours, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? I really don't know how I feel about this game. You gotta stick it through, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I tell anybody, if you don't have, respectfully, if you don't have more than 20 hours in this game, I kind of don't want to hear what you got to say about it, because the game doesn't even get good until, like, it doesn't even get to the point where you're like, holy shit, like, I like this game, until you're like 10 hours in. And it doesn't get to the point where you're like, holy shit, this game is borderline amazing, until like 20 to 30 hours in. So it's like, and there's a lot of weird discourse with this game, because again, like, I'm not gonna say people are tearing apart Marathon for the same things that they're kind of letting go with Crimson Desert, but like, I feel like gaming is like this thing where it's like, you want to see the game you really like win. And like, when people have something bad to say about, because like, bro, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I can see somebody putting 50 hours into this game and saying it's a 6 out of 10. I can see that. I can literally see that. This game is not for everybody. And again, going back to what I said before with Marathon, a game for everybody is gonna end up being a game for nobody. There's a lot of fucking shit in this game, bro. And it's very, for maybe you're just the type of person that just wants to play the game for the story. This story is shit. I took the half a point away for this game because this story is shit. It gets better. It gets better, but it doesn't get that much better. It gets serviceable.
It just gets more coherent. Like, the first like 10 hours is like random shit happening.
Yeah, bro. So it's like with this game, bro, it's one of those things where it's just like people want to really see this game win because they were really excited to play it. And it's like, when that review from IGN came out, people were just like, oh, it's just the journalists, they don't know what they're talking about. And then when the game came out, it was like people were saying the same thing, like, yeah, this game isn't that good, bro. Like, it's like, bro, I like this game a lot because I like these types of games. If I was just like somebody who's just like, I'm okay with these types of games, like, I like The Witcher 3, I played The Witcher 3, but I don't really dabble in these types of games, I can literally see you giving it a 6 out of 10. I can see that.
Right.
I can see you even going a lot lower because, again, the control scheme is very fucking frustrating. It is very frustrating. It is beyond frustrating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've heard people playing it on keyboard were like, I cannot do this. I need to plug in a controller. And it's not better on a controller. Sure. It's not even better on a controller.
It's easier to remember.
It is, but it's like, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, like, the way people are defending this game, like, and we're going to see this with GTA 6 too, probably. I mean, like, people want to see a game win so much that when any type of negativity comes that way, they're just like stonewalling it. It's like, bro, like, it's okay to like something. Like, I love Skyrim, but I can see somebody saying, like, this game is ass. This is a 5 out of 10. This is a buggy piece of shit. This is a fucking mess. This is, I can see that. I can see all of that and respect those opinions. However, for me, it is one of the greatest games of all time, dog. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the greatest games of all time. And I'm going to stand on that, man. You know what I mean? Crimson Desert it has a lot of bugs. It had a lot of bugs. Listen, it had some game-breaking bugs for your boy, man, to where I had to load back saves several times. You know what I mean? This game is a fucking mess, bro. So I can see somebody saying, hey, this is a 6 out of 10. In its current state, it is fucking 6. A 6 is above average. It's above average. I can see somebody saying, hey, this is above average game. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I genuinely really like this game. I think that they've been really responsive with the feedback. I'm gonna give them a clap for how they handled the AI artwork, how they handled the control scheme thing. It wasn't like they were just being quiet or they were just like, oh, y'all don't know what the fuck, you know, they had that one dev snapping on everybody. Oh, y'all don't know how hard it is to make a game. They were like, hey, we can see how this can be frustrating. We will fix it. Hey, the AI artwork, that's on us. We fucked up. They fixed that last week. All the AI artwork is out of the game. It's gone. You gotta respect that shit, bro. You gotta respect.
I do respect that shit.
Yeah,
like, I
bro.
really appreciate how quick they are with it.
Very quick, and that's why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, man. That's why, as of April 3rd, 2026, it is a 9 out of 10. I think it's a great game. I can see you giving it a 10 out of 10, but I couldn't go that far in its current state because, again, I think the story is very uninteresting, and the control scheme is really, difficult, especially when you're fighting some of these hard ass bosses because the combat, right? You'll fight like basic enemies and you take them down with ease, and then all of a sudden, a health bar will pop up on a guy, and it's like it's Dark Souls time, and it's like, bro, what the? This game went from being like a beat 'em up King of Fighters game to like Sekiro in like 10 seconds. Like, what am I playing? But I don't think it's that hard. Like, don't think I'm saying it's like a it's not that. It's hard, but it's not that hard, bro. Like, it's not that hard, man. Like, you'll die.
It's like,
you'll die, but
it's like a mix of things. Like,
yeah.
It's like one part, like they want you to know that there are regular ass dudes.
Yeah.
That are out here and that you will be fighting, and then they want you to know what the gods are doing.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
Like they're like, yeah, you got dudes, and then you got gods, and then it's like you're gonna be fighting gods, and I'm like, oh, cool, and then you're gonna be fighting gods that have dudes, and those dudes are just gonna be annoying. Like,
yeah, like they'll throw 500 people at you, and it's like it turns into Dynasty
Warriors. I understood what they said about Bug Hill in some of the reviews, right? I was like, oh, what's Bug Hill supposed to be like?
Oh, the Reed Devil shit?
No. You haven't gotten out there, have you?
Bug Hill, probably not.
There's an area that's just filled with mechanical bugs. And it's a war zone. It's literally a war zone. And it's actually awesome.
Really?
It's really fucking awesome.
I haven't been out there yet.
One of the streams I was like, all right, we've been in Hernan for like too long. Let's just go out there and see what's out there, right? And we just went on a journey. I went to go fishing. I stopped at an ocean, fished a little bit.
Love that shit.
Saw a blimp in the distance. I was like, I don't know how to get to that. Tried swimming across. Obviously, swimming is ass. So therefore, I was like, all right, we got to find another way. Climbed up a mountain. Went across the way, right? Did that. Somehow got across. Saw the blimp in the distance. Kept going. Kept making maneuvers via land. Riding my horse. My horse is amazing. It's level 4. Fucking just like got there. Finally started getting close to the blimps. There's these giant mechanical bugs. Don't know what the fuck they're there. There are dudes with guns shooting at the bugs. They're not shooting at me. They're shooting at the bugs, but the bugs are trying to kill me too. So I'm confused as what the fuck is going on, right? And like I get to this castle that they're assaulting. There's airships and shit. There's a lot of shit just going on. And it's just chaos. And I'm also stealing a bunch of shit too at the same time. I'm just stealing all these dudes as like weapons they have and stuff because I don't have any of these things. So I want to try them out. And I'm fighting these bugs that are super hard to kill because they're fucking, I don't know, dude. They're like made of metal, and I have a fucking twig sword and trying to kill these guys. So like I finally kill them. I get batteries. I'm like, oh, there's batteries in this game. Now we got mech stuff in this game. Like I'm confused on what's going on, but I'm having a good time, and I think that's all that matters.
Word.
And then I travel back to Hernandez, and I'm like, I go up to some peasant. I'm like, you wouldn't believe the shit I just saw.
Bro, I hate the peasants in this game. Like, bro, I'm
so funny,
gonna tell y'all something.
Curse me the fuck out all the time.
Don't give one of them gold, because if you give one of them gold in front of another one, they just literally jump you. They jump
bear
you.
Trap you.
They jump
bear trap you. You
and
walk past one of the beggars, they bear trap. You can't leave until you give them money. They won't let you go.
Yeah.
I can't even kill them. It's really fucking annoying.
Yeah,
and I'm
bro.
like, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Tish, thank you for the lurk.
Yeah, it's a great game, man. But it's a lot, man. What do you rate it, man? What do you rate it?
I think I have to do this in a different way than normal games, because normal games, it's a condensation of the entire experience, and because I haven't finished the game or gotten close to finishing the game, I'm gonna go off of like, we'll just rate it in sections here. As for story, it's definitely a 6 out of 10. It's not good. It's barely
not good.
Okay.
Is like a 4, man.
Yeah, but it's barely okay.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it started making sense after I got past the 10-hour mark, right?
Right.
The gameplay aspect is 10 out of 10 for me. And that's after learning all the controls and dealing with the bullshit. There's still a little bit of, and some of this stuff is baked in, there's still a little bit of hiccup stuff that I do and fumble and shit, because the controls are just like, they over designed how many inputs that one button can have, right? Especially for, it's actually impressive of how many inputs that the controller itself can have for this game with button combos. It really does feel like you're playing Street Fighter and putting in combos just to do like regular ass shit. Like, I gotta hit LB and X to talk to some dude. You know what I mean? Like it's just like a standard 2-hit combo or some shit. But that aside, the game itself, once you start getting like, I got the grapple hook ability, right? I don't know if you're watching my stream right now, but I'm on a pirate ship. I'm on a pirate ship. I got here using a rowboat that I just found on shore.
Yeah,
a bunch of mines I had to
that's
avoid.
how you do it.
And
that's how you do
I
it.
grapple shot it up here. I could grapple hook. I could like combo that into a flying shit. Like, it's pure freedom of what you want to do. It's truly a sandbox game.
Word.
So I think that's important. I think I'm gonna steal this fucking corn. That's what I'm gonna do. And they ain't gonna do shit about it.
Game is so good, bro. Game is so good, man. I think I agree with you. I think like once I beat the game, I have a different score. But I think right now it's a 9 for your boy. It's a 9 for you.
It's 10 out of 10 gameplay, 6 out of 10 story, and I want to say that probably will bring it to be like an 8 out of 10 game for me.
Okay.
And at the end, it might change when I get the dragon. It might change when I get the mech. It might change when I get other shit. Because there's things that I've seen through videos that I'm just like, I would have never expected this game to have.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. Right? You know how like in Skyrim we're like, oh shit, we can fight dragons and cast magic, and it's like Oblivion, but it's not like Oblivion.
Word.
We can dual wield swords and shit, right? And then that's basically what you got. And like the main meat and potatoes of Skyrim was like the side story content and like all the cool little knickknacks you could get and shit like that.
Right.
Like, this game is like, yeah, bro. So like, you're a knight, right? You're a mercenary, right? And you're just going around fucking shit up. And then you're dead. And then you're trying to get the band back together. And then there's these gnome dudes, or there's this like goblin trade guild you got to deal with. And then you're also part nano machine undead being thing that has a grappling hook arm that sometimes is a normal arm. And then a dragon, and then there's Yogmir from fucking God of War, or whatever the fucking end of the world snake is on some random island somewhere.
Yeah, bro.
And then there might be a desert somewhere. And then you're playing a fishing simulator. And then you're playing a farming simulator. And then I'm playing RuneScape like I did back in the early 2000s and just chopping trees for 45 minutes at a time, trying to just get wood. And then you also have Pet Simulator, because now I have a dog, and now this
Yeah,
dog
you
picks
can
up
collect
items
them.
for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have a little outfit for him. I don't know how to put it on yet. I'm going to figure that out later, but I have it. And that's the important thing. And then you can also fucking suplex a fucking crow out of the air, because you
Word.
can.
Word.
There's not a
Man.
lot of games that let you just have that type of freedom and have a lot of like hidden secrets and stuff like that you can just enjoy.
Dog, I'm
It's
telling
just a
you,
fun
this
ass
game
game.
is too
If I
much.
rated this game on how much fun I'm having playing it, it's a 10 out of 10. If I rated the game on the constructive, like the story, if I gave a fuck about the story, I would say this game's an 8 out of 10. Like just flat out.
Word.
What's Eknight drinking? I'm drinking sparkling water LaCroix,
Ooh,
because
that's
I'm
what
a
I'm
bitch.
drinking right now. I'm drinking
You're
cranberry
drinking
lime seltzer
LaCroix?
water. Nah, just
Oh,
giant brain, giant brain.
I bought this because they didn't have my usual Liquid Death in stock at
Shout out
where I
Liquid
got this
Death.
from. I love that water. That's good.
It's good water.
But yeah, that's where I'm at with this game. I'm playing it right now, and in the interim of us talking about marathon and all that shit, I have gone from chopping down trees for 45 minutes to putting all this shit in my camp, then going out and exploring, and found this pirate ship and somehow boarded it, killed its captain, got its loot, and now I'm kind of figuring out how to get off this thing. So
W game, bro.
W game.
W game, man. Yeah, I mean, we like it.
Six.
Wow, that was a lot faster than I thought it was. I ain't gonna lie, we got through that pretty quickly.
I mean,
So
you could have that argument about how like Marathon was saying you need to like put like 1,000 hours into that game before you really like it, and this game's like the same way. But I think the reason why people gave this game more of a chance than Marathon probably is because it's a
right,
lot. Like, even though the tutorial is ass, the controls are terrible,
right.
it's still a single player game.
No,
And you can take your
100%.
time with it.
100%. 100%. Now, Seven, I know you just been sitting here listening to everything we've been saying, man. Do you have anything to say about Resident Evil, Marathon, or Crimson Desert? I know you probably got something to say about Resident Evil because you actually played it, but I don't know if you got anything to say about Marathon or Crimson
Oh yeah,
Desert.
you could have interjected at any time, man.
I don't even know if he's there.
I think you went to go take a shit.
I think he went to sleep. I think bro went to sleep, man. But it's all good, man. He'll chime in when he's just kind of been here as a person that likes gonna be chiming in, you know, every once in a while on the news section. This section we about to get into now. You know what I mean? The reviews I try to keep more of like a me and E-Night thing, and if people want to kind of give their views on something, they can. This is the part where I kind of wanted people here for. So the main topic of this podcast isn't what we've been talking about for the past 2 hours. It's actually, did y'all see that NVIDIA shit, dog? Did y'all see what NVIDIA did in the big 2026 chat? Did y'all see that shit? Did y'all see that shit? Did y'all see the new DLSS 5, which y'all are going to pay for? Y'all going to pay for that shit, man. How do y'all feel about that shit?
The glamification thing?
Yeah, man. So how you feel about this shit? I'll get a little deeper into it, but I feel like everybody should know what it is at this point. You know what I mean? And the drama surrounding it. Like DLSS 5 is basically like a upscaling. I'm gonna pull up the article now, man. It's a new upscaling for their newer graphics cards. It's gonna boost performance by 33%. For ultra performance, for performance mode, it'll boost it by 50. Balanced, it'll do it by 58. And quality, 66%. You know what I mean? It'll be able to upscale your games up to performance 4K, balanced 1440p, and quality 1080p. Which is kind of something we have now, but it uses this type of AI thing to kind of
I like
make
how the
things...
founder was like, yeah, it's not AI, but it's AI. And I'm just like,
it's
okay.
AI, bro. That shit looks like the AI filters people been using for years on TikTok, bro. Like, I don't know why, like, I don't know know what's going on with the world right now and our fixation on like AI being the answer for everything. Like, I'm not an
This is
AI
new.
hater. I'm not an AI hater. I just don't like that AI is being like forced on us. You know what I mean? I don't like it in artwork. I don't like it like shit. I don't like it in these videos. Like there's literally like AI YouTubers now. Like they just make YouTube
I
videos
The
based on
brain
like
rot AI shit is so fucking crazy to me.
that's
Like, I thought it
that's
was
totally
funny when it first
yeah,
came out
yeah,
because
man.
it was like stupid, goofy shit.
Harmless
Now it's
shit.
just
Yeah.
everywhere.
It's killing us. And it's just like I don't think AI is a bad thing. I think it could be a tool, but I don't like the way that a lot of these like corporations are trying to force it like this is the future. I think it's going to be a great tool like anything like when man discovered the hammer or like an axe or something for the first time. I think it's going to be like that, but I think they're trying to make this thing as revolutionary as like the car or like the wheel or something like that. And I don't think it's that. I think AI is just a tool that we need to use to help us out on certain things. I don't think it should be making games. I don't think it should be writing books. I don't think it should make YouTube videos or movies or anything. I think it should be something like, hey, I need help on this. I'm making a movie based in the 1960s. What was popular music in the 1960s? Or give me what 1960s Tennessee looked like. Things like that. I think AI is completely harmless. And like no bullshit. I think it's the most harmless thing in the world when you use it like that. And I don't fault anybody using it like that. But I think the problem when you're creating content in any forms, whether it's a TikTok or like a movie or a fucking video game, that is not okay. I think at the end of the day, we need to be hiring people, employing people, and keeping creativity as sacred as possible. Because if we allow AI to take over those things, bro, it's gonna destroy everything. Like it's gonna destroy everything. Cause you know what I mean, and that's not even being tinfoil. That's just being real with y'all. Like I'm not gonna be as crazy as like I've seen some people on the internet like be like super hateful to the point. If you use any type of AI, I'm deleting you as a friend. Like I don't think it's that serious, but I think we do need to be upset rightfully when creativity is being destroyed or even harmed because of AI. Like people are losing their jobs to this shit. I think
Yeah.
we need to be up in arms about that shit, man.
I think there's also just kind of like an IP thing that like also is like you're just kind of like taking people's shit and just remixing it and then like basically taking it one for one and then trying to pass it off as your own. That's also another issue with generative AI. It's
Yeah,
just like you're not
yeah,
even really like I understand if it's like in an artist toolkit and you're going off your own art, right? And the artist is using their own shit as like a reference for the AI to go off of, but I don't think it can build like a big enough tool set off of one artist thing, so that's why it's like controversial.
mm-hmm,
But I think it should be more used towards like medical science, navigational stuff, like shit for like actual exploration and discovery and stuff like that. It should in robotics and stuff. It shouldn't be like
exact, bro.
geared towards like fucking entertainment because entertainment it's just gonna bog it down. Like
Yeah,
it causes too many problems. It's just gonna cause issues with like people like you see all the AI fucking Scarlett Johanssons and shit like that, and like they're
mm-hmm.
doing like crazy. Like it used to be deep fakes that people were worried about. Now we're just worried about AI generative shit. Like I don't even know how we got on this topic, but I'm gonna be honest, I spaced out
Well,
for like 3 seconds.
It's the
But like
DLS S5
yeah, the
shit,
deal.
man.
Right. I think what they're doing with the glamification shit is like they're trying to make it look better and using AI rendering to enhance it. But I think the problem is that it just turns into generative AI shit. So you saw all the like you like loaded it in on Skyrim and everyone looks like a fucking like the Chad Moggers from like any like meme where it's like the dude with like the Squidward handsome Squidward face and shit like that. Like that's essentially what it turns into. Like all the dudes look like they're like jacked and like got square jaws and shit and all the girls have like smoky eye and shit like that. And it was like weird.
Yeah,
And didn't need to be a thing. But it's like they're trying to purpose it in a way that would be beneficial for gaming, but I don't think it would work And then even Sony, I don't know if Sony or no, it was IGN. IGN came out with like the AI like thing for PlayStation, like it's an April Fool's joke, but that's like essentially what Microsoft is trying to do right now. They're trying to do Copilot as like an AI companion that will literally like tell you how to play the game better or do it for you essentially. And it's
Right.
just like we're getting to that point where I was like, oh, I'm gonna have an AI play the game for me. That sounds stupid. Like that's like the idle shit. Like I want to play a game to play the game and experience it. I don't want to sit here and go, all right, now auto farm this shit for the
Right.
next 45 minutes,
Yeah.
unless you're
Yeah.
like into a farming simulator game like Satisfactory. But then again, you have to go through all the bullshit to get to that point where you're just like mass producing shit in the game.
Yeah.
My point is that I think AI is being misused in the entertainment space, and I think it should be more geared towards the sciences rather than just like, oh, I can have this whip up a picture of Mario. Isn't that cool? And I can have Mario say a bunch of expletives. Isn't that really cool? Like, no, I'm like, it's funny in an ironic sense when I see the AI slop shit, but it's like not funny to the point where I'm gonna watch this shit for 45 minutes, like that
Yeah.
Fruit Love Island, whatever bullshit
Yeah.
that's
That
on
shit's
TikTok.
crazy. That shit's
Like I'm
crazy.
not like people are unironically engaging in that shit, and I'm like, why?
And
This is
loving
like the
it.
most brain rot shit in
It's
the
crazy.
world. Like,
It's
what the
crazy.
fuck?
We're
Like,
cooked. We're
what's going
cooked, bro.
on?
We're cooked. We're cooked.
Yeah, like I'm sure like some people will grow out of it, but that's like it's really just like we used to watch like Total Drama Island, like if we're talking about like animated shit like that. People ate that shit up.
Yeah, but that shit had a
Uh
brain behind it. That's the
yeah, that
thing.
was
I
like
think.
real people and voice actors and
Yeah.
people love that shit. But it's like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying with AI, you just take whatever and then you just go and say, "Oh yeah, and now our special guest like fucking Master Chief." And it's like, "Oh, okay, it's Master
Yeah,
Chief."
bro.
It's like, "Dude, like are you
Yeah,
serious?"
shit's. I'm telling you, just I think like I've used AI like when I've been like I'll be writing like a script for something, and it's like, yo, just clean this up for me, like something as simple as that. I'm never gonna fault anybody on, but like bro, I'm trying to tell you, like we don't need any AI games because like I don't know if you've seen the Google Gemini shit, like that shit can literally
Nah.
make games. Like somebody made Breath of the Wild off of the Gemini shit, man. And it was scary, bro, because it looked like shit, but it like, bro, you give this shit another 5 years, bro, like they could make a game just all
I think
based
the
off of
problem is
AI.
that like I think the problem with the games industry is that I'm gonna see these games, I'm gonna get excited for these games, and then find out it's AI, and I'm gonna be disappointed because I'm not gonna want to play it.
Yeah, bro.
People are like, "Oh man, get over it, it's AI." I was like, "No, man. Like AI should be used in like the enemy's functionality, not like the
Yeah,
actual work of the
yeah,
game."
yeah,
They're trying to do it to cut costs, and I feel like it's going to end up being to their own detriment because it's
yeah.
really just not gonna play well.
Arc Raiders went back on that shit. At first, all of their
Yeah,
voice actors, they paid them to use their voices, for future updates in AI. And then they said, you know what? We're making so much fucking money. Fuck it. We might as well hire them on.
well, they also said that it was a creative thing too, because they didn't have to. They really didn't have to. They could have
Yeah,
just stuck to their guns because they're making so
yeah,
much money. But they said they like it didn't feel right. They were trying to convey a little bit more emotion, and you can tell
yeah.
with the
Word.
recent Flashpoint
Yeah,
cutscene.
yeah.
Yeah, you can tell. So it's like it's not even one of those things where it's like, oh man, like they got backlash and now they're turning
Nah,
tail. No, they were like, yo, this shit is objectively not as good
not
as
good.
the actual
Yeah.
thing. And
hmm
like we're gonna put some investment on that. And
The
I'm glad they
overall
did.
quality is taking a hit, so let's not use this. That is smart, bro. That is smart, and I'm glad we're kind of breezing through this topic because again, like this is a big topic because this is kind of like what everybody's talking about and stuff like that. Other than the next topic we're going to talk about in the news session, that I think is a big talking point. I just don't think uh, gaming has no future for AI, and I'm gonna say that, man. I hope and pray it remains that way, bro. Like I said, like I don't mind my enemies being kind of guided by AI or being taught by AI. I think that makes the game more
The machine learning.
interesting.
That's
Yeah,
that's what Arc Raiders has, and I think
yeah,
that's totally fine.
yeah. But anything else, I think we kind of diminish the overall quality of the product, and I just don't think we need to do that, man. You know what I mean? And I'm glad we all feel the same way on that, man. So now we can move to the real topic, man. Um, so if you guys have been in the world right now, I mean, there's a lot of layoffs going on. We're gonna start with the what I think is the biggest one, and then we're gonna go to the most surprising one, which we're gonna go talk some shit about that in a second. So the
Right.
first one is Epic. Had a bunch of layoffs. I don't know what the number is. I forget what the number is actually, but it was a lot of
I
people.
think it was about 1,000
Yeah,
employees.
it was some critical people too that the company actually, like the guy who made Jonesy, which is like the main character of Fortnite, was laid off. And this came after they raised the price of V-Bucks. V-Bucks went from it the price didn't essentially raise, they just stopped giving you more. Like it was $8 for 1,000
They
V-Bucks.
stopped putting it in the battle pass
Now,
too, right?
yeah, well, it's in the battle pass, but it's not the same amount in the battle pass. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it's like it's $8. It was $8 for 1,000. Now it's $8 for 800. And in the battle pass, I believe it's 800 now. And the same thing with the crew shit. You pay $11 for the crew shit or $12. You get 800 instead of 1,000 or 11,100, whatever they were giving you. And then right after that, they laid off a bunch of people and then announced that 3 game modes were being shut down. Those 3 game modes is the festival battle royale thing, which is like you play music and you whoever's got the highest score keeps going and people slowly fall off or something. I've never played that shit. Um,
Yeah, I haven't played Fortnite since the last time you tried to force me to play it.
that Rocket League mode that looked really interesting, but not to me. They're letting that go in October. And then they had their own like 5v5 Valorant styled first person shooter, Counter Strike S&D
Oh, is
mode.
that dead too?
That died like yesterday. So
Oh
they
shit.
got rid of 3 modes because they've cut down a significant amount of staff. Um, Bro, how do you feel about this shit, man? It's like Fortnite's the biggest. Fortnite makes estimated. I looked it up before the podcast is on the notes. They make about $6 billion a year from Fortnite, and apparently
Yeah, that's
they're
kind of crazy to
spending
lay
a
off
lot
though.
of that money. They're not making enough money to support Fortnite anymore. That's why they raise the prices and let people go. Is this corporate greed or is this factual? Because
I I
I'm
think
gonna.
that's I
Uh,
think it's just
I was
I
just
think
gonna
it's
say
just
this last thing real quick. They
right,
do
right, right.
they
Go.
do bring a bunch of fucking big artists on like The Rock and
Yeah,
Chappelle
that's
Roan
what I
and
was
shit
gonna
like
get
that.
into. I think
Yeah,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of it has to depend on the collaborations that they're doing, and I think they do a lot of collaborations, and I think some of those IPs cost a little bit more than other IPs. And we've kind of like compared the game to like Ready Player One, where you just got a mishmash of a bunch of IPs, kind of like what
Yeah.
Metaverse was trying to do and
Mm-hmm.
failed to do.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is that someone's not managing the books very well. I think that's probably they think they're gonna bring in a bunch of people with like isn't like Sarah Carpenter in there? Isn't she like a singer, right? She's like a singer, but she's like known for like her like more adult songs. And they're bringing that
Yeah.
shit to like
Yeah.
to
Sabrina
Fortnite.
Carpenter. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Sabrina
yeah, yeah.
Carpenter.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not a huge
Yeah.
music guy, but I just know that she was in like some controversy over it, and it's like people bringing their kids to her concerts, and she's like, "This
Yeah.
is not for kids," and now
Yeah,
she's in
bro.
Fortnite. Like it's like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is a kid's game ultimately. Like teenagers, little
Mm-hmm.
preteens, all that shit, like Minecraft and stuff. Like a lot of little kids play Fortnite, but like you're bringing those types of artists around, and I'm like, are you gaining return on that investment? Like, are you getting more people because she's in the game, or are you getting less people because it's not geared to her music's not technically geared towards like kids like that, so maybe it's not going to be as promoted in that thing. And the same thing goes with like having like like Nicki Minaj and like Call of Duty. Like what's the point in
Yeah.
that? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So like
bro.
what are these like? I can see like the concerts doing well and the events doing well because a lot of the people that play Fortnite like that type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I'm not seeing like every single like the Simpsons collaborations. I don't even know if kids know what the fuck Simpsons
That's what
are,
I
and
said.
they're
I was
still
like,
around.
yeah,
They're
that's
still
what
coming
I
out with
said.
episodes.
Like,
But
I think a lot of their collabs, like their collabs work because I know people who just like they literally drop a bag
they
on a
almost
lot of
had me
these
on that
things.
other Halo collab they did. They
Yeah,
almost had me. They almost
yeah,
had me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back, and then I saw you playing it, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay away.
yeah. I haven't played Fortnite probably since that season, to be honest. Well, I played it like a week or two ago because of the new season just to check it out. But it's like I'm not gonna lie, this shit kind of upset me because I thought I saw the future of Fortnite, and I thought I saw it evolving away from the battle royale, especially with like battle royales are just objectively failing. They are not doing good. Like nobody
Well,
wants to play
they're
battle
oversaturated,
royales
so
anymore.
therefore,
You know what I mean,
it's no. I think people like battle royales. I think the problem is that they're oversaturated,
bro?
and the newer ones like Red Sec are uninspired and not really that fun to play. Like
Bro,
that's it.
the
Like that's why
only
Fortnite.
the only battle royale I will gas is Apex. I'll give. I think as much as I hate that fucking game, Apex is very competitive
How many
and
hours do you have in Apex?
probably less than 1,000. I haven't played it in years now. Like,
I doubt you have less than 1,000 hours in Apex. I have over 1,500 hours in Halo Infinite. You've played the shit out of Apex. I doubt
yeah,
that.
years ago. I don't play it like that no more.
I'm just saying, like that's part of the reason. Like you've played the absolute dog shit out of that game,
I gotta
and
see,
and
man.
and and ever since the beginning, it's definitely been changed over time. Sometimes for the detriment of the game, sometimes for the better. I,
They've done good with the past couple updates, I will say, but not enough to keep me going coming back. Like I said, like I think that game just needs to die and evolve into something different. But like that's just me. But I think personally it's just battle royales just aren't doing it for me anymore. Like if there's any battle royale I'm playing, it's probably Warzone only because it is attached to the 6v6 multiplayer shooter game that I like. You know what I mean? So when my friends
yeah,
get tired of playing multiplayer, we just run some Warzone. It's just that's kind of the cohesion of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just what I do. But do I actively get on and say, yo, I'm trying to run Warzone. I'm trying to go crazy on Warzone. Nah, not these days. Not too much anymore. You know what I mean? I just think I think games need to evolve. Like that's why it was so weird to me seeing like Battlefield come out with a fucking battle royale because it's like
well,
this
it was
shit's dead. Like, why do y'all want to put
yeah.
this shit in y'all game? Like,
They're special in that way. Like they like to jump on trends and then stick to those trends. Like this is not the first time they've done
yeah, of
this,
course, yeah, but I think it's
but it's
just
also
more
like
so like they saw what Call
instead.
of Duty was doing. They want to take Call of Duty's player base
Yeah, and I
away
hate
from
that.
them,
I
and
hate
like
that they're like, yo, let's be like COD. I'm like, no, you're
that's
Battlefield. You're not COD.
yeah,
You're good for
man,
not being COD. I like that you're
yeah,
not COD.
yeah.
And I'm
That's
just
that's why I
like
told.
I don't want a big like Call of Duty already had BTB style game modes, and they
Yeah.
were fun for me, but only when I'm like playing with friends, and then also only when that game mode is available.
Hmm.
If I'm not playing BTB COD, then I'm not enjoying the game because I'm playing regular COD, and regular COD is sweaty as fuck, or just filled with a bunch of bullshit I just don't enjoy,
Word,
and
word.
that's like that's part of the problem. And I think Battlefield 6 when it first came out it broke records when it came out. Like that's the craziest shit. And it just decided, "Hey, you know all the content that you guys want as Battlefield fans? We're not going to do any of that. We're going to make a battle royale." And I'm like, "Bro, we could have like 18 different giant maps and game modes. We just do that. You don't got to
Yeah.
be COD." You don't
Yeah,
gotta be anything
yeah,
like
yeah.
COD.
I don't want to turn this into a Battlefield podcast. You know, my boy Ninja Wolf in the chat watching. He watching. But yeah, I mean, like, he admitted to me, and I've been on Ninja Wolf ass, bro. And I told him, I want you to admit to me that this game underdelivered. They underdelivered. Season 1, they dropped the ball. Season 2, I think they went the fuck that. I deleted the game. The game's gone from my fucking shit because
I haven't played for a while, but when
yeah, I
I
mean,
did jump in, it was like half the lobbies were bots, and I hate playing against bots because not because they're good, but because it's not fun to play against bots.
word.
As someone that enjoys like a little bit of competitive gameplay. Like if like I wasn't even playing the casual mode too. That's what pissed me off. Like I thought the bots were only in the casual. They're in everything. And I'm
Yeah,
like, why is
yeah,
half the lobby bots? I don't want
yeah,
to play against bots.
yeah. Like I said, I think not to make this another Battlefield podcast, but I really think like because we don't need to talk about season 2. Season 2 was so ass. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about how they dropped 1 map and 2 guns, and that's all you got for the next 3 months. Oh, they turned the lights off on a couple maps. My bad. It's dark. I mean, the feature. I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but like it's
They had that in Battlefield 4.
again,
I know.
people talk shit about me with COD all the time, but I tell people that the thing that I like about COD and what keeps me logging back into COD every week isn't just the fact that I'm a COD person, because when I didn't like Black Ops 6, I stopped playing Black Ops 6. I was playing other games. I think what I like about Call of Duty is Call of Duty just, it gives you so much. Like, again, like I told Ninja Wolf the other night in VC, I said, Call of Duty could drop 9 maps, and 8 of them could be maps from 2 Call of Duties ago. That to me is still just it's content, bro. It's just content, bro. You know what I mean? Like, all I want Battlefield to do at this point is giving me Operation Locker, fucking Operation Metro. I want that shit.
Yeah,
like,
I'm surprised they haven't done that.
I don't understand why we live in this world where giving me the thing that I used to have is a bad thing. Sure, taking it away from us and reintroducing it as brand new content is bad, and that's I've talked about that with Call of Duty. Call of Duty, look at this game mode. It was just in the last game, but we took it away from y'all and introduced it into this one 3 months later. I don't like that. But you just being like, hey, we got these 2 brand new modes and like 4 throwback game modes is okay with me, bro. I don't know why that's looked upon. Like, the Battlefield community is weird, bro. Like, the whole blue skin thing, like, they're weird. Like, everything with that game just turns me off nowadays, bro. Because it's like, to be honest, I will say it till the day the game shuts down. The game took everything, all of the bad shit from Call of Duty and none of the good shit. It's like you took the shop shit. All the skins are horrible. I haven't spent any money in Battlefield.
And even the UI is similar.
You know what I mean?
I didn't like that.
UI is similar. Nobody liked the UI from fucking Call of Duty. Why the fuck would you do that? You know what I mean? Red Sec, we don't have to talk about that again. You know what I mean? It's just like it's just Battlefield this year would have been so good if it was Battlefield, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how it was the biggest selling game of last year. This was a good segue right here, chat. This is a great segue I just did. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about how they crushed records. It was the highest selling game in like 3 years, and they just laid off 1,000 people. Let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about that, because that's actually on the show notes, man. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how even if when you make a bad game, you get laid off. When you make a mid game, you get laid off. And when you make a record-selling, shattering game, you get laid the fuck off. Like, are devs safe? Is what the fuck's going on, Eknight? What's going on in the world, bro? What's going on, man? Battlefield, bro, somebody did the math and it was like they made like 1.2 billion or something like that off of like Battlefield 6 or some shit like that. Like, y'all made the money. Why the fuck aren't people keeping their jobs? What's going on? Like, and again, not to sound like that idiot on Twitter that's just like, why are you letting people? We understand that the way the dev cycle works is like you work on game, they hire an influx of people to help develop the game to make it hit its deadline, and then they let go of said, influx after the game's release. So we understand that part, but this isn't an influx. This is like a lot of people that you've had hanging around and working on your games for the past couple years that you let go. Like, what the fuck's going on over there at EA, man? They just got 55 billion, from Saudi Arabia, to keep them afloat. What's going on, Eknight, man? I know you got the answer.
About that. Yeah, that's them just yeah. I honestly, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're thinking. I feel like they could have not even salvaged. They had a good head start there. Like, I don't understand why they just gotta like they just can't just make the shit that we ask for. That's the thing with like game devs in AAA studios. It's like, hey guys, we know we've heard you from like 5 years ago. We know you really wanted capture the flag in Battlefield 3, so we brought it back in Battlefield 7. And it's like, dude, we asked for that when we were like 10. Like now we're like we're like 40.
Word, bro.
Can we get like the war game shit? You wanted slide canceling. I wanted slide canceling. It's in Battlefield 7. It's like,
what are you doing, bro?
What do you like? There's like, and don't get me wrong, the base gameplay for Battlefield 6 is phenomenal. There's a lot of good stuff about it. It's just like, their first map they released was a fucking oil field.
And it was ash. And it was ash.
It's absolutely abhorrent to play against.
It was the worst map they've ever released, ever. Like, ever. Like, and that's not even objective. Like, that map is like, it is fucking ass, dog. All right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm listen, I don't want y'all to think I be hating, I don't want y'all to think that I'm just hating Battlefield just to hate on it, right? I wanted to really like Battlefield. I wanted Battlefield 6 to make me not buy Call of Duty this year, but all it did was make me be like, you know what? I prefer Call of Duty over Battlefield. And I really don't think that's what it is. I really don't think that's what it is, because I miss the big maps with all the crazy warfare going on. But it just feels like they made this Battlefield to cater to Call of Duty people. And if you know anything about the Call of Duty fan bases, like, they're fickle as fuck, bro. Like, they complain about the dumbest shit. You know what I mean? Even though they're going to buy the fucking game, me. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't think appeasing to that audience was the right idea with Battlefield. And I think it hurt them, and they're literally getting the same numbers as Black Ops 7 now. Like, that's an insane drop off, dog. And it's like, I want to come back to Battlefield and play it, and because when I do play it, like, no bullshit, when I downloaded it when Season 2 dropped, I was having a lot of fucking fun. But the fun fades so fast, because it's just like, I could play a way better version of this in a game that I'm already comfortable in, because y'all want to cater to Call of Duty instead of catering to Battlefield. I want big wars. I want to fight on a big ass map and go crazy, bro. But it's like, y'all stopping that, bro. Y'all stopping that. The server browser shit is a mess. Like, bro, I remember back in the day, it didn't matter how many of us we had. We would find a server we wanted to populate with our boys, and we ran that shit, bro. I mean, point blank, period. Like, it just, I don't know why we did this to ourselves, man. And it's just like, again, like, letting go 1,000 people after selling the one of the biggest games in years is crazy, bro. I don't know what's going on in gaming. I know gaming is kind of falling. It's not as profitable as it used to be, because, again, like, the problem is that the games that have been the top 5 for the past 6 years are taking all the money. Like, so it's hard for these games that are coming in. That's why High Guard failed, amongst other things. That's why it's not on the show notes, but there's this PUBG game called PUBG Blind Spot. It died on the 31st. It was in early access for like 2 months, it looked like a great game. I got invited to play it. I was in there. I never played it. I never got the chance to play, so I can't speak on it. But it looked good. It was like a top-down 5v5, like Rainbow Six Siege type game, and it looked really good. It looked like Hotline Miami, but it was like a Siege type game. But they shut the game down because they didn't have an influx of players, and it's just like, it sucks that like you either got to make all the money or like
you can't just like exist. Like
yeah,
you have to
bro.
have a consistent player base, and
Yeah,
unfortunately,
man.
that's the detriment of live service games. Is like it's like you either have a bunch of people supporting the project or you have nobody there. Like, well, I think what game that I enjoy right now that was like that is Wildgate. Right, I enjoyed Wildgate. I played played a decent amount of it. I wouldn't say I played the shit out of it, but it's like I played a lot of it, and then like, you know, I go back on and we meet a guy while we're streaming it just to see what's going on because they came out with something called Fleet Battle. I was like, oh, this looks fun. It
Right.
was, because it's like it's a team of ships on one side, a team of ships on another, and then you guys are fighting over artifacts. It's like a team deathmatch game mode, right? It's a super casual game mode. You don't really have to worry about like, you know, the same thing as like the main game mode where
Right.
you're going around against 5 other ships and it's like super hardcore. Like, it's a lot of fun, but it's like hard as shit to get matches, especially when you actually have a squad of people, which is like usually the opposite. So it's like I'm playing with a dude that has over like a shit ton of hours and he's super cracked at the game, but he can't get any games because he's in like East Asia, so he has to play on like high ping servers.
Right.
Just to engage with it because the player count is so low all over the place. Like, dead ass, I looked it up on SteamDB. They have 100 players. Like, it's not good.
That's a shame, dog.
They
'Cause
still
that
haven't
game
shut
looked
the game
good.
down because apparently it's also the same on console too.
Yeah, I have it for free. I got it for free during the Epic shit back in
Yeah,
Christmas.
it was free to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I own it. Like, they gave it away. Like,
No, I know. It was like free to play
Yeah.
during that time. You could grab it.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have to pay shit for it. But it's like, it's kind of depressing because it's not a bad game, but it just doesn't appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
that sucks, bro.
Yeah, it's not like and it's a live service game, so it doesn't just exist. Like, you have to have servers for it. So
yeah, man.
It's like when Gundam Evolution got shut down after a year.
Man,
I was super sad about that because I actually enjoyed the gameplay. I just didn't want to drop $30,000 just to unlock a dude.
Yeah, bro. They did too much. Like, I always say it all the time. There's this game, chat. It was a battle royale. It's called Spellbreak. I was in love with that game. I thought that was one of my favorite battle. It probably is still my favorite battle royale of all time.
A lot of people say they miss Spellbreak. Like, they I didn't really play it that much. I checked it out for like 2 seconds and I was like, this is not for me. But like, people played the shit up. It was on the Switch too.
It was on everything. Like, it was so much fun, bro. It was like everything you want in a battle royale. It was like high octane, like action, like the last like teams fighting, like they'd be up in the air throwing like earth punches and thunder strikes and shit at each other and shit like that. And it was just like it was bro. It's just like that game was a game, bro, and I miss it every day, bro. I miss it every fucking day. And I wish like it still was here, but again, it only appeased so many people. It's the same thing with X-Defiant. Like,
X-Defiant.
As much as I hated that game, I wish X-Defiant was still here because I feel like now is when we needed it the most. We needed it now, bro. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's like a high guard to me. That was like one of those games where it's like you could have done so much better. No, you hyped yourself up. You could have done so much better. You amped yourself up with all this shit, and then you're going to be like, and then I play your game, and it's just like, oh, it's just your generic shooter.
I actually got the chance to, and if he's ever open to it, I'm going to try to get him on a podcast in the future. I have a friend, or I won't even say a friend, he's an acquaintance in a community that I'm in, that was an advisor for X-Defiant, right? And he was telling me, like, the problem with X-Defiant was literally that main guy that we was talking about when the game came out. We were talking about, like, yo, he was just doing too much. he was the problem. Like he was telling me, like we would tell them like X, Y, and Z, and they were just like, nah, we don't want to do that. We're gonna go with the W, V, and S. You know what I mean? It was like, bro, the story of X Defiance kind of crazy when you think of, like, when he talked to me about it, like he was talking to me and like a couple other people. It was kind of crazy because it was just like they had the makings of like a really good game on their hands, like, and it's just like they brought in all these like ex-pro COD players and like Battlefield devs and Call of Duty devs and all these people, and they just didn't listen to them, bro. And it's just like, that's crazy. Like, why would you bring all these people on board and say like they don't know what makes a good game, bro? It's insane to me. Like it to this day, it's insane to me. Like when he told me like they had all these ideas, like they knew like if you look at it, right, like Call of Duty, the biggest game mode in Call of Duty is weirdly team deathmatch. Everybody's playing. You can always queue all day in the team deathmatch, and like they were telling them like, hey, this game needs to have a team deathmatch like day one because that is a casual game mode. They didn't want to do it. They wanted X Defiant. They wanted X Defiant to be this competitive, non-competitive, casual but sweaty shooter with no direction. Rank came 2 seasons later. All this shit. It was just a lot, bro. You know what I mean? It was a lot. Welcome back, Seven.
We were trying to talk to you earlier.
Yeah,
about,
Crimson Desert and Resident Evil, because I know you had you played Resident Evil. We want to know how you felt about Resident Evil. We want to know how you felt about Marathon. I know you have some hot takes on Marathon and stuff like that. You could come and plug it in right now. Come plug it in, bro.
Yeah, I'll fill you guys in. Give me just a second here. I'll take myself off. Push the talk.
Yeah, he's got himself on push to talk. He's about to change it over, man. Right now, we just talking about Battlefield and how it failed and shit. I know you can say some things about Battlefield. Yeah, I mean, you don't really like Battlefield like that. Yeah, I mean,
no, mine's biased though. It's not going to be a true opinion, and I'm not going to.
I mean, all of this is biased. To be fair,
yeah, it is. But I mean, like mine is very strongly biased against Battlefield, so I'm not going to spread that on there. Like, cause I have some strong feelings about how I've never liked a Battlefield except for maybe Battlefield 1.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I've
fair.
just never enjoyed them. So my opinion on Battlefield just is null and void, to be honest. Resident Evil, we'll start there because that's like, I'll take my dessert first, man. Yeah, dude, Resident Evil Requiem, fantastic game, easily my favorite game so far this year. I don't know what's coming up, but it's likely gonna be my top, at least unless like something else crazy comes out. The game just hit on all the good points, man. You had, the action, you had tactics. They did nostalgia the correct way, which was nice because there's a lot of times you'll get games that do nostalgia and they just butcher the crap out of it, and it's like, wow, it's just hammering the dead horse here, But they, everything in there was subtle. Like if you didn't know that was Hunk, you would never know.
Fuck, you spoiling shit on the podcast, bro. Fuck.
Hey, to be fair, there's like if you watch YouTube Shorts or any type of short form content, it's probably already
been spoiled. That's true.
Game's been out. It's been out for over a month. That's the threshold for me.
Yeah. Rambo's playing it right now. It took him fucking 5 hours to get past the first grace section. I'm cracking the fuck up, bro. Like.
Yeah, but that's kind of how I feel about Requiem, dude. I feel like they just did it right. Like it felt good.
Absolutely.
And you had the option to do it third or first person. So if if anybody has a complaint like, oh, it's in first person, well, it's also in third person. You just you choose to do it however you want.
Yeah, that was my confusion with the game because I haven't been paying attention to a lot of it, and I was like, I see it in first, I see it in third, and he's like, you do both, and I was like, oh, that's cool, that's neat.
Flip it off for each person. You could split it. You could have Grayson first and Leon in third.
Yeah.
You could have both of them in first. Doesn't matter. I mean, the game, like I said, they just did some things. I do kind of wish there was like a merchant, but I kind of see what they did with the crafting system and finding the stuff. I mean, it really went back to like the old kind of
old school, bro.
Kind of Resident, yeah. And that was nice. That was nice too. It's a breath of fresh air. I mean, we can't always have a merchant to make things easier for us, but yeah. Did you guys already touch on Arc Raiders? Have you not talked about that yet?
Yeah, we talked about it
a bit.
briefly, but you can go ahead and hit that real quick if you want.
I'll shoot over to Marathon because I do have some feelings on Marathon. I don't hate the game. I can't play it physically. Just like it's hard enough for me to watch you play it like without getting like my head starts fucking just freaking out watching all those graphics, like the weird shit that they're doing. It's like watching the Ring video on repeat. Yeah, I mean, I feel like as far as extraction shooter goes, watching the gameplay of it, I like the gameplay, but it reminds me more of Apex than it does really much of anything else. The gunplay seems interesting, but yeah, as far as like me giving a rating, I'm not gonna do that. I haven't played it. I won't play it. But
well, here, how about this? Would you, as someone that has probably like a 9 to 5 and like a family to worry about, would you invest a lot of your free time into this game? That's probably the main question.
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
See?
It's just I don't know. I feel like it's just too drop and play. It's not. I'm one of those people. Like, I like to work towards something. Like I like to have like, stuff, like stash, character leveled up, skill points, etc. And I know
that'll
they got
go
some
away
of that,
within a few months. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they got some of that, but it's like, it's more of a drop and play, kind of like Helldivers was. It's more of a drop. Like, it's cool if you to have one of those games in your back pocket just for like days where you're like, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. I just need to get in a match. Like, that's fine. But I guess it's not Arc Raiders for me. But again, like I said, I try not to harshly diss games too hard that I haven't played or won't play. Which Battlefield, I did do the beta on Battlefield. That was atrocious. And I won't play Marathon just because of the graphics. That's instant migraine for me. What other games did you talk about?
Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert.
I don't have any input on Crimson Desert. It looks cool. I haven't played it. I don't own it. I haven't played it. I watched it a little bit. It looks cool. I kind of feel like the only thing I'm gonna say, the only thing it is a complaint, is it's a traditional Korean game. They shoved a lot of shit into that one game, and it's like, okay, like I don't mind a lot of things being there, but it feels like a lot of it's just out of place. So the same thing with Where Winds Meet. It's a lot out of place.
Yeah, Kai's is like you can RKO and suplex them. That is true. I just don't like that
bro.
stuff. It's super
Shit's
fun.
crazy.
I'm just throwing pirates
cool,
off a ship. But it's just gameplay,
Yeah, you just shoved a bunch of shit in there to be goofy, and it's cool. But like, I want to play it, and I might pick it up eventually. But as far as like now, I've just watched a little bit. Like I said, it looks cool. The graphics are all kind of cool. Looks like there's a lot of shit to do. So.
Oh yeah.
A lot of shit.
And then I guess, are we gonna talk about Arc Raiders like fully, or are you guys just gonna leave it at what you had?
We hit it, man.
We can.
We hit it a little bit. Like we just kind of talked about how, like I've been talking to you about like they just been kind of taking their time with the content, and I did say that the new update was definitely needed. It's really good content. I know you disagree. We talked about this before.
I'm going to disagree that they're taking their time. I feel like they're doing fine on the timeline. The biggest problem I have is not when they're releasing, it's how much they're releasing. Why? I guess the biggest issue I have with that is like we were introduced to the Raider decks, right? And the first one was cool because it felt like it took a while, unless you were like non-stop playing. But
yeah, and it was a dual Raider deck too. A lot of people don't understand that, but there was two main skins in that Raider deck, and we haven't had that since. It's only been like one skin focus. We had the goalie one, and then we got the surgeon joint.
Yeah, but when they released the second one, like me and you both, we had the max amount. You had over the max amount because I think you were over capped before, so you were able to complete the whole thing instantly. And I completed all but like the last 3 things.
Yeah.
And then I played like maybe for 3 days and was done with it.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Like I want to work towards something, not have something drop and be like, all right, well that's cool.
Yeah, and it's done in a day. Like, yeah, that's always, and it's like, look, you like again, I don't want anybody to think like I'm like a super sweat and like Arc Raiders. Like, yeah, I do put a lot of time in the game. I got a lot of hours in the game, a lot.
Yeah.
But like, bro, like I know people who play it like just on a weekend and they just get most of the shit done because it's like it doesn't take that much. You know what I mean? And I think it's just like I'd rather things be a slow burn than just like an easy quick fix in like 2 weeks and you're done. You know what I mean? Like something to come back for. Like it gets to the point with Arc Raiders and like not the like I love that game. I still think it's like a 12 out of 10 game. I think it's one of the best games. If Death Stranding didn't come out last year, it was my number one undeniably. But I just think the way that they like again, you have the hottest game on the fucking planet right now. Like this game needs to just be. I need to be like Eni had a great take where he said, you know, it allows me to go play other games, and I like that it does respect like the player's time. Like, hey, there's other games out there, go play them. You know what I mean? Opposed to like Overwatch, Call of Duty, Fortnite, where it feels like if you don't turn that shit into a job, you are not getting that battle pass done, or you're not getting all of the events done that come out and shit like that. And FOMO plays a part of that. Like, if you don't care about like not getting the new whatever the case may be day one or like during the event period, then like kudos to you. I'm kind of that same way. Like a lot of games, I just kind of don't care. You know what I mean? Because a lot of this shit is something you're going to use for a week or two until the next thing comes out anyway. But like, I feel like you have the hottest game on earth, and it's just like instead of going up, you're going down. And it's like I think right now is where they need to just be focused on like let's get some events out there. Like they did it that one like or 1 or 2 weeks during the snow shit where they had like that event going on. Like we just need like some events, like some things that are making me be like, oh shit, it's time to like lock in. Like, you know what I mean? Like with the Stella Mantis shit, like how we had to all work together to, you know, open the map. It took like fucking 48 hours because everybody was at the time just loving that game and all wanting
They
it.
underestimated how many people were like
Yeah.
invested in the game, and I think that's partially because they probably didn't expect it to be a huge
They
success.
didn't. People thought, dog, I said this to Seven the other day and he didn't remember it, but people thought that fucking Arc Raiders was going to be the next Concord. Like, people were hating on that game hard as shit.
Yeah, they were.
There was a lot of
Even I was-
doomsayers, bro.
I was iffy on it, and I barely acknowledged its existence until I got into one of the alphas. And then when I played it for not even like 3 or 4 matches, I was already hooked, and I was like, I need this game.
Yeah, that's how I was.
Yeah, like-
That's how I was.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I didn't hear any of that stuff. That was what I mean. Like when you said like, oh, people were talking like that, I didn't hear anybody.
Yeah,
talking
bro.
like
I
that.
heard
Me-
I saw one of the streamers that like I had seen, like I was like, oh, what's this guy's take on this game? Literally called it Concord because there was like a black lady in the launch trailer, and I was like, are you kidding me right now? I was
Yeah,
like,
that's how weird
is that the
people are.
threshold now?
Yeah, yes,
And
that
I'm
is
like-
literally the threshold. Yes.
And I'm like, dude,
Yes.
that's not even like what are you talking about? Like,
Black and a woman, DEI, dog, automatically, bro. Like,
I was like, what? It's like an option. It's not even like a main character. It's just like a random raider in the game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like a random player character. So I was like, this is kind of crazy. This is kind of weird
Customized-
hate for it. And then
customized
like,
character.
and then fucking you play the game and it's like, oh, it's fun. And then as soon as the game is good, everyone shuts the fuck up. And now they're glazing the game like crazy. And it's just like,
Word.
dude.
Word, bro.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
always
At
just
least
cautious
stick to your
about it just 'cause
opinions
it's
if you're gonna like
expansion.
shit on it. But like I'm just like I think I'm of the mindset of let Embark cook, let them like kind of like build up, beef up some content. I feel like everything they had planned for this game, probably thinking like the Stella Montes thing, they thought that was probably going to take at least a week to do
Yeah.
with a normal amount of players. Because it's like, I think they were gauging based on how the finals went. Like a lot of people played the finals, but dropped off almost like immediately to like a more stable, like, was it 90,000 players on Steam during the first
Word.
month? And
They
now
underestimated my power.
Yeah, they underestimated how many people ended up getting hooked based on word of mouth alone. Like they didn't really like need to do too much. And then you got Peanut on there too. He making it 10 times more fun to play. Like, so it's like you got even more people more interested than normal. So like Arc Raiders is a huge success. I think they definitely have a lot of capital to play around and do stuff. But I also think at the same time, like their content schedule is already pre-planned out. And then they're like, oh shit, they're eating this shit up like crazy.
Yeah,
I
yeah, and I
also
mean,
think
like it's okay. Like the stuff they have, like I said, a normal casual player would still be working on it. You know, not everything, but like they'd still be working on little things. And part of like working on that game too isn't just about doing the content like the quests or the events or the Raider Pass, whatever deck. A lot of it is getting your stash where you want your stash. Filling it out, getting the stuff you want. That's what another big part of that content grind is. It's just getting your stash built up.
yeah. Also like the fact that that game is going to respect your time if you're trying to like you're just trying to like just play a match and then you put it down for like a month and forget about it and then you'll come back and you're like, oh shit, did they wipe all my progress? And it's like, no, they didn't. Only people that wanted to wiped. And I think that's also like why it's more casual friendly.
Yeah.
So like you can just come back to it whenever you need to. There's no pressure. Sure, you're gonna might miss out on some cool events when they first drop, but like in any game, but like there is really no FOMO and stuff.
Right. Well, the only thing with the FOMO, I would say, like even that is in the game is trials, but that's if you're grinding it. Like if you don't care, like it's
I'm
cosmetic.
sitting at like Daredevil rank 2 and I'm staying there until the end of the season. And
Yeah, that's
then
kind of what I'm
I'll
doing.
sweat
I'm
it
hanging
out.
around Daredevil because
Yeah.
that's the problem. Is like it doesn't matter how far you got; it matters where you're at the end.
Yeah.
Like I was already at Hotshot, and I dropped down to Daredevil too. So like I'm like cool.
That's what happened to me too. I was like Daredevil 3, and then they dropped me all the way down to like lower than that, like Try Hard 3 or some shit. It's weird. It's weird. JB in the chat said they shouldn't put any quests in Stella Montes if they're gonna leave it as a heavy PvP area. Give them a more PvP oriented area or take quests out of Stella Montes. I disagree with that, but I also agree with that at the same time because I feel like they need to add more PvP eccentric quests into the game, but I understand why they're not doing it because they want PvP to be just kind of like a mechanic instead of a like a feature, if that makes sense.
If they took PvP out of Arc Raiders, I feel like it would get boring really fast.
If they took PvP out, that shit, that game would be
in
dead
the gameplay
tomorrow,
sense.
bro.
I don't think the game would be dead, but I think it would get boring out really fast. And this
I'm not playing it no more, bro.
I think the arcs are engaging enough as they are, but I think the problem is that the tension between players and based on what type of lobbies you play in is actually what makes it interesting because you can play in a friendly lobby for 10 raids in a row and all it's going to take is one dude to get into your lobbies who's not very nice, but he's pretending to be nice and he gets in there and causes a little chaos. And now you watch how fast a friendly
lobby falls apart. Oh my god, I love it.
You can do some Among Us shit. And it's so fucking crazy. It's also interesting to watch.
Oh my god. I was fighting the matriarch with these guys one time, and at first I was there to, not help fight the matriarch, but maybe
you're a piece of shit.
Maybe fight with the matriarch, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But the way the lobby was, it was so chill that I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm here we're gonna tear this shit up, man. And all it took was that one guy to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna start shooting at everybody. And bro, you just saw bodies drop because it's
initial confusion. Half the lobby is free kids trying to scavenge and take the loot and run away.
Yeah.
The other half are actually people that bring stuff in to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is that, like, well, not a problem, but like a feature actually is the fact that there is no way to really tell who's who unless they're talking and you remember their skins.
Yeah.
So like you can really just shoot someone and be like, yo, that guy over there is shooting. And he's like, what? And that happened to me too. I jump into Stellamontis. Everything's chill, right? Believe it or not, JB, there are friendly Stellamontis
there is.
lobbies.
Yeah, very friendly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're just in a PvP lobby. Like your aggression is just too high. That's all it is. But like I go in there, everyone's chill, we're all vibing out, right? And some guy starts shooting, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is like they're shooting? He's like, that guy over there with the Pharaoh. And I'm in a free kid doing quests in Stella, and like all of a sudden, like I shoot at the guy that has the Pharaoh, but I also have a Pharaoh. I knock the guy with the Pharaoh, and the guy on the ground with the Pharaoh says, that's the guy right there with the Pharaoh. And I'm like, fuck. And I instantly, just not even getting a chance to get words out, just instantly get executed by the entire lobby. And they saved this guy who was starting the fights. And I'm like, you sons of bitches. But like, it's really easy for, if that wasn't in the game, I'd be bored with it. Like, I really would be bored with it. Like, it's awesome to fight new arcs and stuff, but like the player element, the dynamic interactions from other players is what makes arc raiders a lot of fun. Like, it could be you could negotiate your way out of like a tense situation, or you can like kind of like trick people into like fighting each other and stuff like that. It's one of those things where it's like it really adds like a human element to it, and I really enjoy that part of the game. Like, sure, it's cool to like work towards something like progression wise, but there's nothing more fun than like throwing up like a smoke grenade in like a regular like peaceful lobby, shooting one guy in the back with just a little pop shot, not nothing crazy, walking out of there and watching people just go crazy because they're getting attacked and start shooting everyone, and everyone's so confused and shit. It's just causing chaos. It's hilarious,
bro.
And then you just kind of like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Like, pretend to be like you didn't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, bro. I got a clip of that I had up that went kind of crazy for a little minute, where I was like, it was after a matriarch kill and somebody starts shooting at another dude, and I just catch the end of it. So I thought that dude killed that dude. So I started shooting at him. He was like, wait. And I'm just frying this dude. I ain't even trying to hear it, bro, because I'm like, man, I got all this shit in my bag. I don't trust you. You know what I mean?
I was doing Hurricane yesterday before I went and did Halo, and like I was running Hurricane to get the Kanto, right, which is the new SMG that I'm trying to get. I already got the shotgun. I just have to get the materials to craft it, but I'm trying to get it, and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? And like, to some guy, and he doesn't talk, he doesn't flashlight, doesn't do anything. So I'm like, all right, keep my head on a swivel around this guy. And I find one of the first wave caches, which are a pain in the ass to find in Hurricane, because they're either already looted or you just can't like hear them because the wind's so loud. Like, it's very hard to hear them. So I finally find one. I'm like, oh, cool. And the dude's right there. Bro pulls his gun, right? Don't know what gun he has. Don't care. Instantly exit out of menu, pull my Beretta maxed out as silencer and everything. Just, I said, I don't play with that shit, bro. And just started lighting his ass up.
I got so many clips of that. I got so many clips like
just
that, bro.
Zero hesitation, because I already know what you were trying to plan. You were like, oh, this guy's going to get the blueprint. Guess what? There's no blueprint in there. I still haven't gotten the Kanto, and I did Hurricane like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, bro.
But my point is like, sometimes you just know. You just know you gotta like.
Oh yeah, I was friendly to this one guy. I think Seven was there. He was watching me in Discord. I'm friendly to this one guy. I walk past him, lose some shit. This motherfucker starts shooting me. I gun him down. Then this other guy comes out, and I see him at the end. I'm like, oh fuck, like this dude's about to do the same shit. So I heal up real quick, get all my shit right. A friendly guy comes up. He's like, yo, what's all this shit going? I fry the shit out of him, dog. I fry the shit out of him, man. Because I'm just like, bro, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit, man. Everybody's an op right now. He was like, bro, that dude was shooting at me. I'm like, oh, yeah? So I go down there, I gun that dude down. I'm like, yo, my bad, bro. I'm going to try to get a defib off of one of these bodies. None of them had a defib. Here comes this comet. It chased me down. I jump over the wall. It kills my boy, man. I was trying to save him, man. I had a hatch key. I was gonna let him hatch out with me, man, but he died, man.
It just happens sometimes.
But that's the beauty. That's the beauty of Arc Raiders, man. That's the thing that's gonna keep that game alive, man. That type of interaction is what keeps that game.
I think that's also one of the things that Marathon lacks too. It's just like a player interaction boils down to either cursing each other out or not saying anything at all.
Shit, don't nobody say nothing. It's just guns out all the time, bro.
That's why it's like we complained about not having prox chat, and now no one uses prox chat.
Yeah.
It's like what? Like
people use that shit in.
Yo, what's up, Reaver?
People use that shit in the pinwheel and in the cryo just to try to manipulate situations.
Yeah, they try to get your positioning. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like other than that, like I don't be fucking with that shit, bro.
But that's also like that's kind of like the letdown with Marathon for me too. Is that like the player interaction?
Of course,
is like non-existent.
Yeah, of course.
Reaver is the one that carried us. Let's go,
bro. Let's keep going. We got 2 more topics before we end this podcast, man. We got 2 Sony ones. One that Eknight's gonna explain and one that I'm gonna explain, and it's easy to explain.
Yeah, let me put up the notes.
Price of a PS5 went up April 2nd. I don't have the numbers in the notes. I don't know why I didn't put the numbers, but I believe the PS5 Pro is like $900. The base PS5 with a disc drive is like $650. And then a discless PS5 is $600. That is just kind of letting y'all know. But Sony's being pretty greedy right now. I ain't gonna lie. Like
I think in one part it is like just Sony being like, let's get as much money as we can. But I think there's also outside factors that are factoring into that isn't in their control inherently. So like I think it's a bit of both. And I don't want to like totally write them off like as like super greedy. Like they're greedy off rip because they're a corporation, but like it's like, is it like to the point where it's like unnecessary greed, or is it like you're dealing with the current landscape of what's going on in the world that's affecting your market? And that's I feel like it's a bit of both.
It makes sense. And I'm gonna say it makes sense because consoles are made at a loss. We all know this. Every console that's purchased is a loss of money for the company. They make their money on the games.
Yep.
But the biggest issue we're facing right now is with AI. You got your storage and your RAM are both skyrocketing through the roof. You can get 2 sticks, 64 gigabytes of DDR5 is going to run you about $1,000 right now.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
That 32 gigs is what goes into the new gen consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S. So that's $500 right there that they're taking at a loss.
Mm-hmm.
So when they initially made these systems, you can get 32 gigs for probably like
fucking like $40,
$110, like $110. I'd say.
Bro, I got mine, my 64 gigabytes of DDR5 for like, I think it was like, I got it at a Black Friday I got it on like a President's Day sale. It was like $80, dog.
Yeah, I got mine fairly reasonable price,
cheap.
like $100+.
Yeah, it's like $110 for 32 gigs is what I would say when they first made those consoles. That's about what average was for that. So what they put in was about $110, which is now coming out another $400 ahead of that for them. So they're losing another $400 for them to increase the price to $600 on a what was it? $300 for the PS5 no disc?
It was $450, I believe. Because I think the PS5 dropped at 500. The original PS5 dropped at 500. I mean, I bought mine for it was $530 with tax. I mean,
okay, so you figure it's now what, $650 you said for the disc drive?
Crazy, yeah, crazy.
So I mean, as crazy as that seems, it makes sense. I mean, granted, they are getting these products at a much lower rate than we would pay for them. It's still an increase, and it's still going to be a big increase for them as well.
Yeah.
Since RAM has more than quadrupled its price, at least they didn't quadruple their price, I guess, I'm
kind of worried that they're going to increase games again because of this shit too, because it does take You need
So
that type of
Nintendo's
technology to
already
make
talking
that shit.
about it. And Nintendo already said that like they're now finally gonna differentiate the price between physical and digital releases. So physical's gonna run you a little more than digital will moving
I
forward.
mean,
Right.
that makes sense, but to increase the price of a game, so we're already at $70 as standard as traditional now. It was 60, now it's 70.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about going up to 80. And that to me is absurd because it takes them the stuff to make the game, sure. But to put it on a physical media is very cheap for them.
Yeah,
And not only that, once they have that game made, it's free to do digital for them. It is
right.
completely free for them to sell that digital. I mean, other than going through the markets, they gotta, obviously pay their markets and their employees. But what I mean is, like, it doesn't cost them materials to put it on a disc.
I'd
and
be
sell it
saying
to a
the same
store.
shit when skins cost way too much in a digital store. It's like
Yes,
you're
sir.
charging $80 for a skin, and it's just a copy of what someone else is buying. Like it shouldn't cost that much for a skin. In
Mhm.
fact, they should be a lot cheaper. But
Unless it's
what do I
unique
know?
to me, and I'm the only person that'll ever have that skin. I'm not paying $140
Don't
for a knife
encourage
skin.
NFTs, my guy. Don't encourage NFTs.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude. I'm not paying $140. This is Valorant I'm talking about. I'm not
Mhm.
paying
Not even Valorant,
$140 for a
fucking
fucking
Apex
knife.
Legends with their crossovers. Like I jumped in that Gundam thing thinking I'm like, oh, let me just get the beam saber for a second. Then I forgot what game I was playing. And beam saber is like in a loot box thing that you have to constantly buy until you get it. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not paying
that's-
500 for beam saber. I'm sorry, especially
I'm
when it
surprised.
reuses an animation that already exists in the game.
I'm
That's
surprised they
that
get away with that.
because they have very loyal fan base, unfortunately, and I
Well,
think they also hit the Japanese market recently because one of their top tier players is in Japan. And they also did a Gundam crossover, so I think that also bleeds a lot in there.
yeah, what I mean by that is I'm surprised they get away with it because, and it might just because it's cosmetic. That's probably how they're getting away with it with the gambling
Mhm.
system. Because I remember Sony and EA, they went to court over Battlefront 2, and that was a multi-million-dollar case, and they ended up
mm-hmm.
closing down all loot boxes that would give any
Yeah,
type of advantage.
Vantage. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also
bro.
what ruined that game because that was a good game
Mm-hmm.
without
Great
the loot
game.
card. Yeah,
Yeah,
without the card
great
system,
game.
it was awesome, but like it ruined every
Yeah, I went.
aspect of that game.
Me and Kaz went back a couple months ago. Kaz, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but we went back a couple months ago and was having a blast on that fucking game. Like Battlefront 2 was without all the stupid shit it released with. That game was fire, bro. Like I think like for me like cosmetics are just a part of gaming now. Like it is what it is, bro. Like it's not going nowhere. Like, and it's like I hate this. Like I don't want to sound like this guy because the only time I hate it now is when it's like they try to treat it like it's actual content. They're like, look, we have this brand new update and it's just like all skins. And I'm looking at
Yeah, I hate
Apex
that shit.
I'm looking at
Then you
Apex
gotta
when I
buy the
say this.
skins.
Because that's my biggest problem with Apex. And except for these recent months, they've been doing a lot with like their events and the content that they put in the game have been actual events with content instead of the content being skins. Like that was my biggest problem with Apex was like all of their collection events were literally just skins. Like you weren't a part of the event unless you were buying the content. And I think that's never okay. But like I think we're just at this point now where it's like we talked about it earlier. Like again, like these games gotta make all the money or they shut down, bro. Like I said, like the thing that I respect about Marathon is it seems like they're gonna stick with it, even though it's not making all of the money, and that's what Sony wants. And it seems like Sony's okay with just the game just existing and being what it is. I mean, I think they have a lot of faith in that game, and I think like look at Overwatch. I mean, like this is probably a good segue. I know this podcast is long as shit now, but like fuck it. I think this is a good segue. I've put like 50, 60 hours into Overwatch since the year 10 season 1 shit came out, and like I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like Overwatch is like 1000% back, bro. Like Overwatch is lit again, bro. It is great. It is
Yeah,
like
but you gotta
it is.
remember the
They
difference, though.
they accepted defeat and said, yeah, we made a lot of shitty decisions with the 2 thing and doubling down on the single player PVE content or whatever the fuck they were doing. They said, yo, fuck all that shit. We fucked up. We're gonna revamp the game, and they revamped the game, and it's fucking great, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta
It's
remember though,
fucking great.
you're looking at 2 different platforms, well, not platforms, but you're looking at 2 different companies. You got Sony, known to be greedy, known to not play
Yeah,
well with others,
yeah.
and you got a company like Blizzard, who's not really ever given up on a game that they've produced.
Yeah, and they're in a renaissance right now. They just did some great
Well,
shit for Diablo 4 and Diablo 2. They got the Overwatch update. We might be getting StarCraft this fucking year, and then there's
I was
something
about to say they
there's-
kind of gave up on
yeah.
StarCraft. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they
I
got-
feel like
Not-
they gave up on
that
that
was-
game.
no, not really. And the reason I say not really, like, look at the market. Japan, StarCraft is fucking huge over there.
Yeah,
Huge. Now over here, it's not going to do so well because a lot of people don't play a lot of RTS games. If you want, it,
I like Brood
over
Wars.
there, yeah. I mean, some people, yeah. I like StarCraft. But it's
I
not
think they
something that I'm gonna
cooking.
put a
I
lot
never
of time
played
into.
StarCraft, so I have no attachment to that shit. But I think as of right now, like, well, what Blizzard is doing with their current games right now, like they to me are cooking, bro. Because like that's what I want to hear. I want to hear like, hey, we fucked up. Let's try to make things right. You know what I mean, like I think that's important. Heroes of the Storm is like their MOBA game that had like all of their characters from across all of their games in it. I mean, it had Tracer and shit in it. It was all types of shit.
Was it good?
I never played it.
Yeah, I didn't play it either.
I was thinking of. I didn't play Heroes of the Storm. I didn't play Hearthstone either. I thought you were talking about Hearthstone.
Hearthstone was fire, bro. Hearthstone was fire.
Isn't that still going?
Yeah, hell yeah. That shit's fire, dog. I used to be really good at Hearthstone, man, back in the day.
I don't know.
Bro.
Kai said it was
give up
good.
on
It must have
games,
been
man.
really bad.
Yeah.
They don't give up on
joking,
games, dude. Like, so, and this is the thing too. Like, if you notice, like Blizzard was on like a bit of a decline. And
I'm playing, guys. I'm playing.
here comes fucking Microsoft buying out Blizzard and Activision. Now they're backed by all this freaking money, and I guess they let them run wild. I mean, initially that was right after they bought them. That's kind of when they did the Overwatch 2 bullshit, and I think it was a money grab, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think Microsoft was like, hey, this is we need to change this up. Ain't working.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
it seems like they're letting Blizzard's core team handle the development of their stuff properly. It's not like it doesn't seem like they're holding them back. And Microsoft is known to be very strict on their releases. I don't know if you guys know a lot about what goes into releasing a game on each platform, but like Steam, it's easy. I mean, it's a bit of a process, but it's easy. Generally, they just play the game, they test it. If they think it's a playable game and it falls under a game category, they will put it on their market and let it sell. PlayStation.
Yeah, let me tell you how many games you got on there that
similar.
are quote unquote games.
I know, but I'm just saying that's why you couldn't see it, but I did air quotes.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say
PlayStation. It's a bit stricter than that. Like they want it to be something that's gonna make sense for them to put on their market. And then you got Xbox, like they will go through the coding. If they don't like something in the coding, they will be like, "Now you need to fix this first," and then like you'll resubmit it. Now you need to fix this. That's why a lot of companies have like a lot of problems with Microsoft while doing updates, because if their update isn't kosher to Microsoft's process, it takes them longer to get that ready. So I mean, Microsoft is a bit stricter, but I'm glad they're letting Blizzard do what Blizzard does, and letting them kind of have their creative platform.
For now.
Yeah, it might turn into a money grab, but for now.
Yeah, for now. I mean, like, I'm kind of hoping that Microsoft does the same thing with Halo Studios and just lets them fucking breathe and not kind of like shit the bed like 343 has over the years. But we'll see.
They might be able to redeem themselves, man.
There's no redeeming. They changed their name. 343 will forever be the worst Halo studio.
I don't know,
ever.
man. I got faith in them, man. All
The
right.
worst.
No, they're the ones that brought us the initial release, right? So like we can't
Nope.
really. Oh, they weren't. Who was the
No,
initial?
that's OG Bungie.
Oh yeah, duh. Okay, I forgot about that.
That's why
So
it's so confusing nowadays for people.
so Eknight, explain this Sony allegedly having dynamic real time nerf
Oh shit.
and
Yeah,
buffs
so
for
this is a
cross platform.
patent.
Oh
This is a
shit.
patent that I double checked the date to make sure it wasn't an April Fool's joke. Because this came out right before April Fool's. So someone had some guy on Twitter basically said they published a patent. Now I'm going off allegedly because I don't know how to read patents, but he does link to the patent like claim thing through Google. Um, but essentially what it would do is basically take a multi-platform game, specifically with mobile players, and balance it out in real time. Remember the thing that we were accusing Call of Duty of doing
Yeah,
when you would
skill
shoot
based
someone in.
damage.
Yeah, yeah. So this is like worse than that. This would basically mean that it's affecting your reaction time. Like it would slow down. Like you would be able to probably feel it if you play MNK. You would able to immediately notice like something's off, right? Like because like when I was playing High Guard and they had mouse acceleration on, but you couldn't edit it, I was like, why is my shit going way further than what I'm actually doing? This is basically that, but like intentional, and it's probably going to be driven through some sort of AI system that's going to be like, oh, this is super well performing player, we're going to nerf him because this mobile game player sucks dog shit at this game and he needs a buff.
This is Sony.
This is Sony.
Fuck.
Oh, dude, they're gonna be shooting themselves in the foot if that's real. That hard.
That's
'Cause people won't
allegedly
want to
been
play.
a patented. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
your high skill high players, they're not gonna want to play on Sony anymore if that's the
So
case.
the problem I'm looking at it is that if it's a Sony published game, I see how they could control the servers for this to actually work. But how does this work on other games that are published by other, like Xbox and stuff like that? Like,
You could do it through hardware.
They probably make it a requirement. Like how Xbox makes it to where, hey, if you're going to release a game on Xbox Series X, it has to work on Xbox Series S and not diminish in quality. It's probably the same shit.
but I feel like this is a system, so it's not something that would be hardware based. It would be based on whether or not like the person is playing on like PlayStation platforms. So like you know how like we have Marvel Rivals, right? And it's like you're on PC, I'm on PlayStation, Sevens is on let's just say he's on an iPhone, right? For the mobile sake of the argument. Like we have three separate individual platforms that are governed by our own respective platform. So like you're on Steam, I'm on PlayStation, I'm at the mercy of PlayStation rules, you're at the mercy of Steam rules, but we're multi-platting so that way we can play it together. And let's say you're going crazy, Blaze. You're just out here, you're playing as like fucking Iron Man and you're just going on a kill streak and you're going crazy. And someone on the other team is like playing on mobile, and all of a sudden, like you're taking out their tanks, you're taking out their backline, and all of a sudden this Jeff the Shark is like his movement is so basic and you're like, oh, I can take this guy, but then like your cursor just like jams, like it feels like you just, instead of turning fast like you can, it just feels like you're turning through molasses. Like I think that's basically what they're describing as like reaction time. Like you would be physically slowed down in game against a
Hmm.
particular player, and or if you're doing way too well, they're gonna nerf you mid game. So they're gonna
I
punish
see
you
what
for
you're saying.
basically for playing too good, and they're gonna
So
buff people who aren't playing too good.
right. So they could do that potentially through hardware as like their own hardware as software, like a
Right.
software side of their hardware. However,
Yeah.
yeah, they wouldn't be able. I don't. I almost feel like they'd have to have access to the game's internal like
That's what I'm saying. It
data
would have to
string
be
to even do
published.
that. So
That's why I'm
yeah, it
saying a
would be a
Sony
Sony
published
game.
game. I can see them implementing this in a multi-plat setting, but other games that are published by other publishers would be, or even independent studios would be kind of hard for this to go through. And I think there's also the fact that it would erode trust within the community, because if you have this in your casual setting, but you say you turn it off for ranked, like no one's going to actually believe that.
Oh, absolutely not.
And I think that was the same issue with Black Ops 6 with the kill-based damage shit that they quote unquote said wasn't in the game, but it felt like it was in the game. You know what I mean? Like it was just one of those things where it's just like you're already eroding the trust of your
Yeah,
player base to make sure that casuals don't leave the game early because they're getting fried by people who sweat on the game.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's gonna be a total killer of whatever is on. So like, obviously they could do it through Sony, and they could do it through Sony titles, and it would work on all platforms against Sony titles, right? But if it's a independent platform, independent game, they can make it a requirement that it has to be in the game, but it would only then work for Sony players because you couldn't do like Xbox wouldn't go with that. PC players, they're definitely not going with that. Like,
No, I'm uninstalling the moment I find that out. I'm like, oh,
right?
that's
It's
the
like,
reason why
nah.
I'm missing 90% of my sniper shots is because you want little Timmy to have a good time. Nah, fuck little Timmy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like
we
I
all went through getting our ass kicked to be good at certain things. You
I
can get
feel
your ass kicked.
I feel like we've got a podcast talking about like skill-based matchmaking. We might. I don't think we've ever done it. I know when we did the first Call
We
of
talked
Duty
a lot about it
podcast.
with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It was a major contention because they said they were turning it off and people just didn't really believe that. And you
Yeah.
said that it was there, but when I played it, I was like, it doesn't feel like it's there.
They
know what I
never
mean?
said they were taking it away. They said they were turning it, they were minimally considering it or whatever. Like skill was a minimal consideration or whatever big fancy word they use. Like, look, I don't like skill-based matchmaking at all. I've been saying it for years. I don't like it. I think one of my biggest problems with Arc Raiders is the fact that there is a skill, some type of base matchmaking that you can manipulate, and I think that's my same problem with skill-based matchmaking. It's like we have friends that we play Overwatch with that like, they're top whatever, so they make Smurf accounts so they can be able to play with me and my other friends that aren't as good at the game and stuff like that. And I don't if we're not playing in a ranked setting, I don't think my skills should ever be considered in any type of quick play matchmaking type scenario at all. Like, I feel like, and this just goes back to me being an old head and an old head gamer. I feel like, the best way to learn is to get stomped every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think the problem with Call of Duty players is like, nobody wants to get belt for 10 minutes straight. And I think that's why skill-based matchmaking is a heavily considered tool within Call of Duties because all these companies do shit with your data. They do all types of things with your data. There's all types of surveys out there. And like, they have the data that proves like, and I've seen them say it multiple times. We have data that proves that that y'all like skill-based matchmaking more than y'all hate it. You know what I mean? And I sometimes I believe that they are right about that, and sometimes I believe that they're bullshitting about that. It's somewhere in the middle, bro. It's somewhere in the middle. But I don't feel like we should have anything that's manipulating us to the point where it's like it could change you on a game-to-game basis that much. Like, skill-based damage shouldn't be a thing. I don't think that should ever be consideration to now. It's like you're taking away my physical like you've literally changed me from one game to the other of doing less damage just because I'm a better player. Like, I should be able to hit my shots better than this other player, so I need to deal less damage than this person. That's fucking stupid, bro. That's fucking stupid. And I just think, respectfully, COVID has done irreversible damage to gaming. We could do a whole fucking podcast on this. I'm ready to do a whole podcast of that. Like, people feel like, again, because they became a gamer in 2020 when everybody was sitting at home, they think that they're the same as us people that have been playing the game and grinding these games for years. Like, bro, like you're not. You've got to start at the bottom like we all did. Like, back in the day, you got belt in a Call of Duty lobby until you got better. Like, it just Point blank, period. You got belt in Halo until you got better. You got belt in Overwatch until you got better. You got belt in League of Legends until you got better. I don't think like we need to baby people and separate them in certain pools. Like I think like it's okay to do it like Call of Duty used to do it like the boot camp. Like your first 10 levels, you were in like a lobby with people that were of the same level as you. So y'all all had like basically the same guns. You know what I mean? And then once you got to a certain level, you couldn't play in those playlists anymore. That I understand. Other shit,
Yeah.
I don't really get, man. I don't really understand.
No, listen. I don't think skill-based matchmaking should be in any type of matchmaking other than ranked, like that's or unranked lobbies. Like you know what I mean? Like either the lobbies that you're doing actual trying to rank up, or the lobbies that you're practicing for the actual rank up, not casual lobbies, right? I think casual lobbies should just be untouched, open all the time. Like you get some people who are going to be really good at the game, you're going to get people who are going to be really bad at the game. It's a mixed match. Like it should always be something like that. Whenever skill-based matchmaking hits a small population game with a competitive aspect to it, it's always going to be a bad time. Like regardless of what you believe, it or how good you play the game. Like I'm an avid competitive ish Halo player. I like getting my ass kicked from time to time, and I also like doing the ass kicking. But at the same time, like I don't want to sit here and play against a bunch of people who literally do not know what the fuck they're doing, because it's not fun for me and it's not a challenge. But it's also at the same time I can understand they don't want to play against me, and I don't think they should be forced to. You know what I mean? Like that's one of those things where it's just like it just feels like they're getting
That's
forced
why I
into a
said
lot
I
of
think
either.
there's a gray area. There's definitely a gray area with skill-based matchmaking that they need to maybe do some more like hardened research on. Like I definitely think it needs to be somewhere in the middle. Like I shouldn't be in a lobby with people who are like their average is like a .80 KD in Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you should be
But I also
going crazy.
Yeah, I also shouldn't be in a lobby with all people who have a 2.0 KD. Like, you know what I mean? And I think the way Call of Duty does it, and I can only talk about it from Call of Duty, is like, bruh, it'll be me on my team and like 5 shitters. I mean, unless I'm playing with like my friends, then it's me, Dr. Kai's, and then 5 shitters or four shitters. You know what I mean? And Dr. Kai's is a shitter. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, it's like
Let me shift this for a second, because like I'm gonna give another example into a different game that is nowhere near the same category. You know, I play Magic the Gathering Arena. Yeah, I've been playing it since I don't know, probably like 4 years now. But it has the same issue, and it's not okay. Like you go into a game, you build a deck, and let's say you don't got to know much about Magic for me to explain this and to understand it, but you build a new deck, a brand new deck. You go into a game, and it's like, say it's a good deck, and you win 5-6 games in a row. The next 4 to 5 games you play are going to be losses, and it's almost guaranteed. Like unless the opponent that you're playing against really messes up, it's almost guaranteed you're getting a loss, because you're either going to get land starved or flooded, and you will not receive anything that you actually need to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
So they do this because they want you at a 50% win ratio, because they feel like, and this is catering again to that idea of, you know, I would say later millennials and forward, that everybody deserves a consolation prize. And that's not okay, because the thing is, like, what are you gonna do? Like, you think you're like really good at this game, you built this deck or whatever, and let's say you get invited to one of the open qualifiers, and you go up and with your built deck, and you go to this open qualifier. Are they just gonna have a judge standing next to you, reshuffling your cards and stacking them, so that way, like, you lose every 50%? Like, that doesn't make sense. So why are we doing it on the game? You know, it's a card game. It's not. It's kind of like I said. It's kind of the same thing, right? They're nerfing you because you're good at the game. Like instead of letting you shine, they're holding it back, and you know you're over here trying to have a good time and do what you like, but you can't because well, John over there, he's not having a good time. He's getting his ass kicked because he sucks at the game because he just picked it up. And Bungie did this shit too with their nerfs, so their weapons sunsetting and all that shit. Because I remember I got Not Forgotten within like the first 3 weeks of Forsaken offering it as a pinnacle quote unquote weapon, and it was like 2 months later the gun got just basically nerfed into the damn ground because people got onto the forums, these new players that have only played like 20 hours maybe of the game entirely, and you know, they're over here complaining on the forums that, oh, this gun is so powerful, I die from it all the time. Yeah, it's powerful, it's a pinnacle weapon. Like I spent countless matches just trying to grind to get my max, you know, competitive rank just to get that freaking weapon, and you're complaining about it. However, there's many weapons that outdoes that weapon. You just have to know what to use to counter it. You just don't because you're new to the game. You don't have these weapons because you haven't played the game.
Facts, yeah, man.
But here comes Bungie, like, oh, you know, they haven't bought the game yet. We want their money, so bye your weapons and all the time you spent. Thanks for your money, though.
Yeah, that's
you know,
a whole nother
how it feels.
conversation.
But I'm
for
just saying,
sure.
like, it's all the same kind of bullshit. These companies have got to stop nerfing the players because the players are enjoying their game and they're good at it. Like,
Yeah.
you're making players hate your shit, like, because you're ruining it for them. You know, let it be what it's gonna be. You know, people come in, you know, be bad, get some belt, as you put it. You know, you know,
yeah.
just
Word 7.
lickings.
Ponut was asking which format too were you talking about for Magic the Gathering? Modern or
I play standard and historic. I don't play. I mean, alchemy is kind of just like I guess a more restricted version of historic anyway. But I do play both historic and standard, and they both have the same issue. It's just Magic the Gathering Arena, in general. Like,
yeah.
I have a deck on there. It's got an 80% win ratio. It goes against the grain. However, it's boring to play the same shit over and over and over.
That's all, man. That's all trading card games, though, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like if there wasn't such a huge scalper problem with like Pokemon and like fucking Magic with certain sets, I think like this is like
that shit ain't as bad as
every
Yu-Gi-Oh,
TCG.
Man. Yu-Gi-Oh is
scalpers
fucking
with Yu-Gi-Oh. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is safe from scalpers.
No, I'm talking about as far as like the pay to win
power creep and shit.
Like,
yeah,
bro, everybody just runs the same. Like, everybody, at least on the higher tiers, running the same decks. Like, you're not running into any type of variety anymore. Like, the way of the rogue deck is kind of like diminished because, well, fuck, we're going in a whole different topic right now. But it's like with Yu-Gi-Oh, the problem is like hand traps. Like, hand traps have like realistically ruin Yu-Gi-Oh. You know what I mean? So now like everybody builds their decks to either counter or play around hand traps. So it's like that's why you have all these like counter focused ass decks where it's like you gotta literally like dwindle the counters down every turn. So it's like I gotta make sure I can stop a Nibiru, an Imperm, a Ash, a this, that, and the third, like 4 or 5 times, man. Like it's so much, man. It's so much, bro. Like,
yeah. So I know what you're saying because in this situation here, I'm looking at a specific tournament list where there's 2 cards that played well with each other, insanely well. Is I can't remember the Heartfire Steel Mouse or something like that, and Corey Steel Cutter. I'm not gonna go into how they work together, but they were so powerful in this season that out of these 12 competitors in this tournament, 10 of them are using the exact same deck. There's 2 people in this tournament that are not using the Heartfire Mouse Corey Steel Cutter deck. It's just
damn, it's crazy. Like it's actually crazy.
And that's a pro tournament.
That's crazy.
So those cards got banned.
Yeah, man. It's bro, like gaming across the like. Maybe I will have a TCG podcast because I've always wanted to do one because I feel like I'm not as big in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene as I used to be. At least to y'all motherfuckers. Like I still keep up with like all the YouTube shit and I buy cards and shit like
No,
that every
I
once in
checked
a
out
while.
after my little
You know what I
ice
mean?
berries binge. Like that was it for me.
But
I was like, I spent how much on Yu-Gi-Oh cards? No, I'm good. I need to stop.
I spent thousands, dog. I spent thousands, bro. It's like I literally a couple years ago bought a card that was like one card was $100. Like,
I think to this point, I've only bought one Pokemon card that was actually like priced up, and that's for somebody else. Like that was it.
damn.
Like everything I've gotten, I've ripped packs for. Like I think it's just because I enjoy ripping the packs, but you know, those damn fucking scalpers.
Yeah, I think this is just a problem amongst all gaming, but like I think like at least like our video gaming is kind of safe from that as of right now. Like where
Oh,
most of the things that we are purchasing is just
I, you know what?
cosmetic based.
That's actually kind of interesting you bring that up because I think that was an issue with Arc Raiders when it came out. You would get these spam friend requests from the third party blueprint websites that tried to sell you the blueprints for $500 because no
Yeah,
one could get them or were trying to get them, right? And
yeah,
I just I think that's also like a sub factor. Like in WoW, it's like real you're paying money for gold in the game, right? Just to get gold. Like I feel like these are things that also affect gaming that are kind of like this I would say scalper-ish,
hmm
right? Where they find like a way to monetize some sort of like mundane shit that gamers don't want to deal with.
hmm
And like even check out like Elon Musk. He had a whole dude playing his whole Diablo or Path of Exile 2 account. Like I'm sure he paid that dude a shit ton of money just to do all this.
word,
And
just
he
to
didn't even
level
know how
his
to play
shit
the
up
game
all the
himself.
time. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
How is that
We live in
any
a real
fun, dude?
world.
How is that any fun? How do you
Because
feel any accomplishment?
people like to be able to say, "Hey, I'm the top this," or like, bro,
But you're not.
we know people in the community that paid to get the camo grind and Call of Duty done. Like,
I know.
you know what I
I know.
mean?
But that doesn't mean you're
Not
good.
saying any names, you know what I mean? Like, but
Right. That
like
doesn't mean you're good though. That doesn't. I don't understand where you feel that accomplishment from. Because for me, playing video games,
people are
maybe it's
just
just
like
different,
that,
man.
bro. We're
Maybe it's just
different. We
different
are
now.
different.
Because
We're
when we
older,
grew up, like,
bro.
you know how cool it was to say I beat Super Mario World and the star levels and beat the second run through. Like,
oh shit. I couldn't beat any of the star levels, but then again, I haven't played that game in 10 years, so like shit. That's
or you know how
impressive.
cool it was to say, um, I made it to over level 100 in Duck Hunt. Like, dude, that was an accomplishment. It feels good. Like,
Dude,
you know you
there
did
was
it.
such an accomplishment that one guy sued some dude over it when he called him a cheater in
Yeah,
Donkey
man.
Kong, or the
Whatever, you
arcade
know.
cabinet. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to invoke his, but that's like it's just like weird to see people like do shit like that and pay. Like I can understand like being like, all right, I don't wanna farm a bunch of shit. Let me see if my boy can like sell me this stuff, right? You know what I mean? But that in like in-game currency type shit, not like real money type shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
But I just
And
mean, like, how do you
and
feel that
Ponut
accomplishment?
Ponut does bring up an interesting point that the entire Venezuelan economy is based on RuneScape gold farming, and it's like kind of crazy that that's even a thing. Like, it shouldn't be.
Makes sense. Oh man, I know there's a lot of places that especially like RuneScape. I know in WoW as well. There's a lot of places. Yeah, but
I was
mostly okay.
notorious for it.
Any MMO that really is like the same structure built like that, right? Like where you can open trade. They're gonna have,
I
you know,
don't know
so
if
there's
Guild
gonna be
Wars
a.
is one. I don't know, but
I don't remember. I think you could trade in Guild Wars, and I think it
no,
was, but I
you
don't think the
can,
game
but
was
I
as
don't know if it's
popular.
like I've never really gotten any advertisements for gold farms for Guild Wars 2 or anything like that. You
Yeah,
know what I
they're
mean?
there. They're there for sure. Like if I even just go up here and just type in GW2 gold buy. Yeah, first thing, dude, Eldorado.gg. Here we go. You know, you
All right,
buy it right here. But I mean, like,
fair.
you're not gonna get
Right.
like advertisements for Guild Wars. And the games like RuneScape that are massive, and I mean, Guild Wars is big too, but not like on that same level. Like WoW and all that, you're gonna see all kinds of shit. Now, I'm sure even in Guild Wars, if you were to go like look at the chat occasionally, you'd probably see things pop up.
Yeah.
And all it is basically people in like a little fucking shack that are got I don't know, maybe like 7, 8 computers set up, and they're all gold farming. That's all they're doing
Yeah.
and
But I
selling
think
it.
they're also like botting too to get all
Oh,
that accrued
absolutely,
gold too. So it's just
absolutely.
like
That especially RuneScape. Absolutely. That those 8 people probably have about 80 accounts, 10 each going at the same time, just botting shit.
Kai's saying it's not in WoW anymore, and he's playing retail right now.
I mean, that's believable. I'm just at a point it was, and that kind of just feeds that point. Like, how do you feel accomplishment just because you got online and used a credit card? Like, I don't know. Because
Yeah.
when I play games, I do it for the accomplishment. For my own personal joy. Like, oh, I did this. Cool.
Yeah,
It's
for
fun.
fun.
People are
Yeah.
weird, just like JBL said. It's the same reason people cheat. People get some type of validity or personal feeling over that shit. Like I said, man, we're gonna have a podcast where we talk about it. But like literally, 2020 ruined gaming. I want y'all to know that, bro. You know what I mean?
Before 2020.
It was, but I'm just saying. I think like the current climate now, where like people need to have instant gratification the minute they like log into a game, like they like all this shit I complain about. People being extra vocal about games and shit now. People have like an instant gratification. All that shit became a big thing when like gaming became this huge bubble that it is now. Like it's always been huge. It's the biggest form of entertainment. But like 2020 was like when it just like I seen it everywhere. Like people felt like they were qualified to talk about like all this shit or yeah, I mean people feel like they have to be the best in the world instantly. Like and you can blame the streamers too. It's a lot of different things, but like, bro, that shit ain't going nowhere anytime soon, dog. The only reason we are still the way that we are about it is because we grew up in an era where if you wanted to know how to beat something and you didn't know how to, you had to go to fucking EB Games, GameStop, and buy a fucking strategy guide because not a lot of us had internet.
Messed up.
You know
That's
what I
where you
mean?
messed up. You actually bought the book? I just went in there and just started reading it.
Nah, I like to collect them shits. I have a whole bunch of them, bro.
Oh man, I had like 3, but
I got
mostly
a
it was
lot of
anything
them, dog.
Oblivion. I had the Oblivion book. I had
Skyrim book when it came out, like that shit is thick. Like
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
pretty sure I
Yeah.
let you borrow that a couple times, but it's
hmm
like you were like, "Yo, let me get that for a month."
I'm trying to
I had
tell
the
you, bro.
Skyrim
Like,
one, dude.
like
That was
the
massive.
world is different now, bro. Like yesterday when the new blueprint came out on Arc Raiders, it's 9 a.m. and there's already guides on fucking YouTube on how to get this shit.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like
know how they do this so quick.
people are just they need to have that instant gratification now. Like it's we're cooked when it comes to a society when it comes to gaming, bro. But like
Oh,
like I
absolutely.
said, that's a conversation for a whole nother podcast, man. This podcast is dummy
Now,
thick already, man.
I'm gonna put it this way though, real quickly, that wasn't the only way you could get information. Like before, I mean, we're talking like dial-up days, and a lot of people didn't really have it. Or if you wanted to get on it, if you're playing a game and you didn't know how to do something, you didn't just look it up. You went to school the next day and talked to your buddies that played the same game. Like, hey, dude, do you know how to do this?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't figure it the fuck out.
Yeah,
That was kind of like
one
that
hundred
was we had
percent.
like a
Or they come
social
over
chain, dude.
and you
Right.
guys would all take turns trying to beat the thing at
Yeah,
your friend's
everybody would
house.
be
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah,
passing the
bro.
controller, passing the sticks, man. You just like, hey, my
I'm
turn.
telling you,
All right.
man. We live in crazy days, man.
I miss those days. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun on this trip. This like couch co-op stuff. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Word, bro. I'm telling you. But look, that's all I got, man. I know we got like 2 other things. We'll try to put them on the next episode.
Well, I mean, we could fly through them real quick. Like,
All right, go ahead, shoot it.
the
Shoot the Subnautica shit.
yeah, the Subnautica thing is just more of just a story of like the CEO of the company that's publishing the game right now tried to back out of the deal in the most scummiest way by firing the people and saying they weren't trying to like uh what's it called? They weren't performing properly, they're being difficult, all that. Like just lying about them. And the whole reason he's doing that is because the game he didn't expect the game to be as popular, right? The game is supposedly like super anticipated right now, and they have a contract with this publishing company that if they sell, I think it's like two million or a certain amount of like if they beat a certain amount of money threshold, they get paid out like $260 million or some shit like that. And basically what he did was trying to sabotage it because they had until like the end of, what was it, 2025 to do that. And because he sabotaged it, they weren't able to complete that. However, now the founders of the gaming studio have sued him, and the judge has found in favor of them. So they have until like, I think like halfway through 2026 or so, at some point they pushed the deadline back to late 2026 to sell this game, so that that studio can actually have an attempt to actually, like, you know, make that contract be like fulfilled. And so this is like one of the weirdest like stories I've seen, because it's like the dude openly shot himself in the foot. It sounded like he didn't do any research. He made this contract with these indie studios who made Subnautica, which is widely popular and beloved. Their DLC wasn't as popular or beloved, but they still have that like respect. And now a lot of people are excited for Subnautica 2. And this might actually change my perspective, because I originally wasn't going to buy it because of the whole controversy.
Right.
But now I'm like, I might buy more copies just so that they can fuck over this publisher, like bankrupt them.
Damn, dog.
Like, I might be gifting you some copies of a game you might never touch. Because this is like, I hate fuck shit like this. I hate when like the CEO publisher dudes try to fuck over independent studios and make actual good games. I hate this shit.
Yeah, it's annoying. I will say the only issue I had with Subnautica 2, I know it's not fully released, is that they released the game as like an initial early access. Like, I don't care if you do early access, but like at least don't fucking just release the game as early access with intentions. Like, I'm sorry, 7 Days to Die, with intentions to keep it in early access forever. No, it's finally released, but they were in early access for like 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
What, 7 Days to Die?
Yeah, like that's not okay. Like, we don't need early access that early. Like, just, call it early access. Everything else past that, you're just doing updates, dude. Release it like a year after early access max.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like 10. Yeah, I can't stand that shit.
Yeah, man.
Actually, no. Subnautica 2 isn't in. Or are you talking about Subnautica 1?
It might have been 1. I can't remember.
It was probably 1, because I remember 1 being in early access when I started checking it out.
It was a good game, though. I will say that. I played the shit out of it. It was good.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to the second game. I did like the first one. Like, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, you didn't have to do all that. There's so much extra shit involved with that shit, and I don't think they should get away with it. So I'm gonna try and show up and support.
I think the two games that I got most anticipated right now, and I don't know what release dates we're getting because we don't have one yet, is Light No Fire and Divinity.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too excited about Light No Fire. Not because I don't think it's too good to be true, but because I have too many open world games to play.
Nah, I'm excited for that shit. I'm excited for that shit.
You're telling me you got a game that's the size of Earth. The map.
I got a game that's the size of Crimson Desert, and I barely scratched the surface. Like, what are we talking about?
Fine,
I don't got time in the day for this shit. I need to retire early.
Imagine you spawn in fucking China and your buddy spawns in the U.S. and you guys got to eventually meet with each other because you're trying to play together. Well, you just started off. Now you got 16 hours at least before you can reach each other.
Dude, yeah. But like,
it's fantastic.
It's gonna be, hopefully it's not gonna have the same type of launch that No Man's Sky did at launch, because that shit, I still have the box for that shit, and I wrote No Man's Lie on it because I couldn't return it, because
that game's good now, though. That game's very good.
It's good now, but at the time it was like, what the fuck? Like,
listen,
you couldn't do half the shit they promised.
I appreciate the fact that they put 10 years into that game, bro. They put 10 years into that game.
They did. I will say they were
redeemed
wrong for the
themselves.
release.
I agree.
They were wrong for the release, but I commend them on sticking it out and making
bro.
sure people like the game. But I mean, like, if you know how well that game would have done if they released it where it was now.
If that was EA, they would have fired everybody, man. I mean, they would have fired everybody if the game was a success. I mean,
they would have fired half the team if the game was a success. They would have fired everybody if it was a failure.
No, they just put cosmetic loot crates in it.
Shit's crazy,
EA's
bro.
way.
You guys want to
EA
unlock this
games.
planet? You gotta pay $5.
It's in your wallet.
Land.
All right, y'all. Y'all
was
ready?
That's their.
The
That should be
last
their.
thing on the
Oh
list
yeah,
is
we got
the
one more.
Xbox
That's right. Yeah.
Xbox Partner Showcase. I don't really care about much because it's all games we've seen. It's more of games that we've already seen before. The only new thing on here that I gave a fuck about was Alien Deathstorm.
Okay.
I gotta
You guys
peep
seen
that.
it?
I've not seen none of that shit, bro.
Hold on. I might be able to screen share this shit for you guys in the Discord. I don't think there's any copyrighted music. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. If there is, I'll just send you guys the YouTube.
Yeah, send me the link. Yeah, I'll watch that shit.
It is like an Aliens versus Predator style looking game, and I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it. And it's coming out next year, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I have to say allegedly because these
GTA
games.
6 is coming out this year too. I hope you know.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Call of
They
Duty
said that
Modern
last
Warfare
year.
4 is coming out this year.
Yeah, I put in the text chat there if you guys want to check it out.
That is not
Call of Duty will
allegedly.
release. Yeah, Call of Duty is going to release. That doesn't matter.
Allegedly.
They don't. Yeah, no. They will. There's no allegedly. They will release it. It could be an incomplete game. They're still going to release it.
The Rebellion's doing this game too. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's why I was like, ooh. It's single player too, so I'm already in.
Is it open world or is it just like?
I don't know.
Oh shit!
It's like abandoned space station, aliens, shit went down. You don't know what's going on, mystery. I'm in.
Yeah, sign me up, man. I'm
what
cool
else
for
did
that.
Rebellion do recently that was a total flop, and I can't remember.
Adam Fall.
Yeah.
Wasn't a flop, but
It just wasn't that great.
The people who liked it, and the people who didn't. And the game they did before that was probably like one of the Sniper Elites or some shit.
No, I'm thinking before Adamfall. I'm not thinking Adamfall.
Was it a shooter? Was it an RPG? I honestly can't.
Rebellion Studios.
I couldn't tell you.
I got you.
Listen, all they games are like B's. They've never had like an A tier game, so I'm never mad at them.
Rebellion did the
Star Wars
Battlefront on PSP.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's an A. That was an A.
Oh,
for handheld.
It wasn't
a flop. It was Strange Brigade, and that was 2018. And I was thinking about that one because it looked like a lot of fun, but it did not get the credit it deserved.
Yeah,
but I think everybody was still
there, unfortunately.
Everybody was still kind of wanting the Left 4 Dead 3, and I mean, I think everybody still wants the Left 4 Dead 3, but they gave us this instead. It was like, all right, well.
I think they're following their Valve principle.
Yeah.
They don't count the 3.
I wish, dude. I would. They actually they started working on it, and then they focused on selling games instead. And it was like, damn.
All right, y'all. We gonna wrap this bitch up, man.
Okay.
I think it's that time. I think we hit everything. I think we got everything.
I think so.
I think this was because this is a big ass podcast. This is gonna be one of them hard ones to digest. But if you are listening to the audio version, that's gonna be released sometime next week, or the YouTube version, or whatever the case may be, and you made it to this point, I want to say thank you, because this is a crazy podcast. We're gonna try to get more consistent with these podcasts. I promise. Going into next month, we'll probably do another gaming podcast next month when Pragmata drops. So I need it drops this month, but so does the Diablo expansion, which I got. So we'll be talking about that on the next podcast. The next episode, which will be 118, will definitely be a music podcast, because it's been a long time for that too, man. So I just want to say thank y'all for rocking out with us. We're going to try to get back to being more consistent, giving y'all more content. Weirdly enough, this episode was supposed to be a Halo episode, bro. Like, no bullshit. We were supposed to talk about nothing but Halo. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, it's not. It wasn't going to turn it because they haven't really said anything, and I don't really want to talk about any of the leaks that came out because I don't know how accurate they are, and I don't want to give people false hope. I know Boomer, who rated me earlier, was like talking about like he's got a lot of copium. He thinks there's going to be a multiplayer reveal in the summer. I'm like, dude, I think you're you're hoping a little too much there, man. Like,
Yeah,
I
he
don't
said
want
an
you to be
Apex
disappointed.
episode. Yeah, that's crazy. We that's never like no bullshit. I'd be down to do an Apex episode, but it'd more be like a Titanfall episode, man.
Yeah, be like, why do we need Titanfall 3? The answer is yes, we need Titanfall 3. That's the whole episode.
Seven's talking about the trip event. So September 11th. I know we're talking way into the future right now. September 11th, we will be doing a Friday night fight event over at twitch.tv/BLAZExENFERNO, where we'll be doing a live Jeopardy game where Seven's going to be giving away some games, bro. He's going to be giving away a bunch of games, including a brand new title that's going to be released in September. So think about games that are coming out in September, man. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but there's a big game coming out in September around that time that you'll be able to get a chance to win, all thanks to Seven. So I'm going to start plugging that soon, man. Like, I'm going to really start plugging it, put it in y'all head. September 11th, man. I mean, I know a lot of y'all have other... I don't know if y'all do September 11th parties or anything like that. You know what I mean? But
you picked a hell of a date, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, man. We'll be doing some crazy.
It happens to be Friday, all right? It happens to be Friday.
All right, whatever, man. Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
I'll give you a bit more details. We're gonna be giving away 40 games. We're gonna be giving away $90 in gift cards. We're gonna be giving away 3 brand new games and then 1 pre-release game. So those are gonna be the giveaways for that stream. It's gonna be like close to 50 giveaways. Actually, I think it's over 50 giveaways, like 51. So
yeah, man.
Make sure you're there.
Yeah,
get your free shit.
The stream will not crash.
Sure.
The stream might crash.
The stream will not crash. You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy. You know what I mean, we're gonna have a lot of fun. But look, man, I'm not gonna be ending my stream here, chat. Everybody, we're gonna be playing probably it sounds like Overwatch. Sounds like we got Seven here, we got Kaz here, we got Void is asking what we playing. We'll probably do some Overwatch. So we'll do some Overwatch. I mean, yeah, we've been playing it like every Friday. We've been playing that shit like every Friday. So
if it wasn't past my bedtime, I'd join you.
Hell yeah, but yeah, man. This is it for the podcast. Huge shout out to everybody who came out. Nut W in the chat, JBL W in the chat, Ninja W in the chat. Of course, my boy Dr. Kaz W in the chat. 07 for showing up and being a part of this thing. Just big shout out to everybody for being part of this big ass episode, man. This is a great episode, man. I can't wait for episode 119, man. It doesn't have the same twang to it, but we gonna make it popping, man. But this was episode 117 or 117 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed. We love y'all. Have a good rest of the night. Peace.
Later. Have a good one.
Take it easy. I'll be on here playing some Overwatch.